There we go. What is good? What is up? Good morning, everyone. How we doing? Welcome to another episode, another show on Prop for Match TV. Happy Wednesday. It's December 17th. Man, this week is cooking. We're already halfway through. New Year's is coming up. It's going quick, man. I'm ready for 2026. I know that much. I'm ready to take a little break for the holidays after this week and reset, recalibrate, and come back hard. But I did take what is probably going to be my last payout for the year of 2025. So I want to talk about that. Yeah, I'm thinking this has to be my last payout for 2025. So I posted about this yesterday. If you were with me on stream, Stoic was confirming with me because I really wasn't sure. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put my light in. There we go. I really wasn't sure if I was going to be eligible to request a small payout or not because it's my first time with Apex. You guys know this. It's been my goal. 2026, my goal is to really start trading with Apex and make it happen with them. But I wasn't sure if I could take like a $500 payout on the 12 accounts I have. Stoic said yes. So I went to X. They also said yes. And then lo and behold, once the dashboard updated, bam, we requested our $500 times 12 accounts on my Apex PAs. So that'll be a $6,000 payout. Nothing to sneeze at. Not my biggest payout, not my smallest. Pretty good size. I think that's going to be a great way to end the year. So, yeah, man, I'm pretty happy about that. Just, mostly because it's my first time getting paid with Apex. You know what I mean? So that alone, I'm kind of happy about. Erkan, what up? Good morning. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for the nice words. But yeah, we got a great show. We got a great show coming. We have our special guest, Zach, Real Deal Futures. He's got a pretty cool name. Got the same name as me. He's been on once before. I think he was on like our second week when we started PFM TV. You guys are probably familiar with him. He's a really cool dude, really well-spoken, good trader. I'll pull him up here. Zach Boyajian, Real Deal Futures. So that'll be cool. We'll chat with him at the open. He'll be on at 9:30. And other than that, only other updates for me are really just, I'm not going to trade Apex today because now I just want to wait for that payout to hit. You know what I mean? So what we're going to do is focus on the top one futures accounts. I'm really frustrated with Project X, man. I could have had a really nice profitable day yesterday. The trade we wanted to take ended up hitting TP. We would have been done. But instead, it was like nothing. And this is not Top One Futures' fault at all. It's Project X's fault. And it's annoying, man, because it's probably unlikely that I secure this payout by Friday. It's unlikely at this point. I think it's still possible, but I'd be really having to like gun for it. And what's the point, especially when I requested the payout with Apex? So, it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. But if I had yesterday, I would have made $500 on my trade. I would have been at 2,000, and it would have been a lot more feasible to also get these accounts over the line to my payout by Friday. And that could have been like the most fire way to end the year. And it's just not going to happen now. And again, it's not Top One Futures' fault. It's Project X's fault, man. A lot of people are talking about Project X and some of the issues that have been going on with them. I'm not going to talk too much about it too badly. I'm sure Zach Boyajian is going to have an opinion on it too. But yeah, man, it is what it is. We'll try and trade these today because I'm not going to trade Apex. We don't want to mess up our payout. So those accounts will be left alone, and we'll focus on Top One. I don't even think I did my analysis yet. Usually I do my volume profile levels. I didn't do anything, so we can do that here on stream. And yeah, what else? We got our sponsors. Shout out Blue Guardian, Top One Futures, Aqua Futures. We'll be giving away 12 accounts today, as always. If you guys are new to the stream, the way you enter our giveaways, you have to join the Prop for a Match Discord server. So let me put a pinned comment into the chat here so you guys can get access to that. Get this done right now. And smash that like button, guys, because that's how we do it. I bribe you guys with likes. So when we hit like 40 or 50 likes, we'll run our first giveaway. So if you're watching, smash that like button. Okay, though, I just dropped the comment, and now I will pin it to the top of the chat. So now it's pinned to the top of the chat. Get that going. If you guys want to be prepared, the way we do it, I'll have you guys enter a code word inside the Prop Firm Match Discord. So just be prepared. I would say if you want to get ready for the first giveaway, join the Discord now so that you're not late. How you doing, those guys? How are we doing? Sakuna's in the chat. Good morning. I saw Urkhan was in the chat. Ikwer, Samar, what up, guys? Good to see all of you. Ace, what up, brother? Waiting for the Christmas offer. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some fire deals for Christmas. I mean, bro, listen. You can't beat the current Apex deal. You can't beat it. Oh, shit. 90% off. Let me go to futures on Prop Firm Match. You're not beating this. Oh, wait, no. I think they extended this. We got to get this updated. I got to let the PFM guys know. I'm pretty sure this was updated. Oh, they moved it to 80%. Okay, it's still a fire deal. 80% off Apex code match. Okay, so they'll fix this, I'm sure, by today. Code match will get you 80% off Apex. That's still one of the most fire deals. But you're right. Apex is probably going to pick it up even more a little bit closer to Christmas. Most of the firms are going to, but there's a lot of good deals right now. You still got top one futures for 50% off. Tradify 35%. You got a lot of good deals here with Code Match, so check them out. You don't need to always just wait for the Christmas deals, but if you do have the patience, there probably will be some good deals. Okay, let's do our analysis, though. Let's do our analysis. I mean, this was a pretty terrible price action day. I guess all things considered, it's annoying because my short idea would have hit TP, and I'm giving myself enough. I'm being generous enough to myself and saying I probably would not take another trade. Maybe I would have, and maybe I would have blown up. I don't think I would have blown up, but this is pretty bad price action. This is awful. So I guess if there was ever a day for Project X to go down, this is not the worst day, right? This was just market did nothing. Sakuna, I'm not sure what your PA fee will be. I think it'll either be $40 or $60. There's no consistency in the eval phase. No. You could pass Apex accounts in one day. That's why I like them. I don't have to spend my time on the evals. I just try and pass them in a day. It actually did something. It destroyed most of us. What? The Project X situation or the markets? No problem, though, Dead Cat. Yeah, no consistency on the eval, only in the funded stage. Yeah, man. Yesterday's market. Yeah, I guess it was tough. It was brutal. Yeah, 30% consistency rule in the funded to get your payout. Correct. Listen, I just did it, gang. It's really not that hard. 30% consistency is easy. It's really easy. You don't need to have anything above that. You're kind of just having crazy outlier days. Yeah, 30% does show decent consistency in your trading that you could stack base hits day in and day out. This is why we use base hits. Zach, NQ is going to be 24/7. Have you heard? Oh, what just happened there? Do we have news? Iker, I did see that. I actually saved it here. Not 24/7, 23/7 like futures, I believe. Where was it? I thought I liked it. Huh. I didn't, but I also liked this because I thought this was really accurate. You guys know I talk about this all the time. This is Gainsey. He's like a really well-known crypto trader, full-time crypto trader. Listen to this tweet that he wrote. He says, for like 95% of people trading full-time, it's miserable, me included. The money you make and freedom you have doesn't translate to some proportional dopamine drip constantly feeding you. 10% of the time, you turbo print. The other 90% of the time, you just survive. Now, he's being a little hyperbolic, I'm sure. Like saying it's miserable to be a full-time day trader he's being a little clickbaity. But the point stands, which is being a full-time professional trader is not this like secret to life cheat code to the world and like your life is easy. That is the reality. 10% of the time you turbo print, the other 90% you're surviving. I say that all the time on this stream. Most of the time we're treading water, guys. It's really true. It's really true. December in general has been a treading water month for me. This is my first payout of the month for 6K. We're treading water this month. On Apex, the drawdown is intraday trailing until you make your buffer. So once you make, if you're trading 50K accounts, once you make 2.5K, it's static. I thought it was going to be, I think it's going to be 23.7, guys. I'm like pretty darn sure about that. I don't know where. I can't find it right now. I thought I liked it. I guess I did not. Yeah, I'll have to look later. I thought it was 23.5. Somebody get an article. Find it for me. If it's 24/7, I'll stand corrected. But I don't think it's gonna be 24/7. I think I'm pretty sure it's just the stock market because right now stocks are 9 to 5, 9:30 to 5, right, or 9:30 to 4:30, and they're thinking about going 23.5, which will definitely have an effect on the futures market, bro. That's for sure. What is going on? Is there news? I should have double checked that. Hold up. Let's do some analysis. I'm yapping too much. No news today. Yes, yeah. There was 8:15 FOMC member Wallace was speaking. That's what just caused that little spike. Good afternoon from the Netherlands. Shout out 1104. Let's go, bro. All right, let's do our analysis. I feel like we're missing out on some fire. I feel like I want to short the hell out of this right now, and I'm missing it. But it's a pre-market. Okay, I haven't done any analysis. I'm just realizing this. I haven't marked my levels, so you guys will see me mark my levels in real time. So let's do this. First thing I do every day, guys, I'll narrate this whole thing. First thing I do, I go to my volume profile. Okay, those are the first levels I want to see on my chart. So I go to the 30-minute time frame. I go to my indicator, session volume profile, right here. So this is the previous day's profile that we're going to plot. I also include previous day's low and high in there. So previous day's low, previous day's point of control. Yes, we do have an 80% setup, it's looking like. That's bearish. That's good. Previous day's value area high right here. And then we also have the value area low right here at 215. I'm not as interested in plotting it because it's so close to the point of control, but it is right there. Now I do it for ES because I like to do it for both instruments. I want to have that context, right? So previous day's low on ES down here at 762. Point of control, 6,811. Previous day's value area low, we'll mark it off here on ES because it's pretty far away, so it's relevant. Previous day's value area low and previous day's high. If you notice, I have these levels up. For the most part, I'm just dragging them over to their new spot. That's how I mark my volume profile levels every day. That's it. It's that simple. I use the 30-minute time frame to do this. So ES currently bouncing. If ES breaks below its POC, that'll be bearish. That'll be a good line in the sand. NQ is a little different. Technically, we have an 80% setup and we have low resistance liquidity here. Honestly, guys, just looking at this, I'm kind of bearish. I'm bearish. Yeah, I think I want to short today, at least in the beginning. Then we look for midnight. We look for the midnight open. So we got it there. It's below us as well. I got a feeling we might retrace to this before the open, but let's plot it. We got midnight right there, so that's good. I think we're gonna miss this whole idea. Damn. Let's go to the daily now, and now we're gonna start with our higher time frame analysis and work our way back down to the 15-minute and 5-minute. Okay, but first thing we do is we just mark those intraday levels because we need those. So we go to the daily. Let's close all this out for now. How's the daily chart looking? Well, we had our deep retracement. If you guys remember, we were talking about this yesterday. We pulled a fib. We tested that 50% retracement of this price leg, and we bounced. We have been bouncing. So let's be aware of that. You know, this is a bearish move, but let's remember higher time frame context. This could be an area where the market actually wants to bounce on the higher time frame. So just something I'm aware of. But other than that, there's nothing that's super relevant on the daily. We do have this daily FVG actually that's still holding up price. That's interesting. I didn't even notice this gap. This is a great example, guys, of how wicks do the damage, the body tells the story, right? We have held this daily fair value gap for now. It doesn't mean we're going to hold it forever, but it doesn't mean you can't expect to get some type of mean reversion inside this gap, right? For an intraday trade. So let's go down. Now let's go to the 4-hour. 4-hour chart. Pretty similar, man. Not much else here. If you remember, we had this 4-hour order block marked off for a while, and it's still holding. It's holding beautifully. I took an initial long here on, what was that, Sunday night? So let's mark this. This is kind of like a really relevant level. The 4-hour order block. You'll notice I don't use order blocks all the time, but I will use them when it's relevant. This is a very relevant higher time frame order block, honestly. Now, honestly, this does not look like a lot of displacement. I'm really thinking we could come down and sweep all this out one more time because this 4-hour leg up is really not very bullish looking. Like, we did create a 4-hour FVG right here, but I don't know. Something about this looks kind of weak. Looks like weak sauce. So let's go down to the 1-hour. 1 hour is similar, man. We got this hourly FVG. Market's holding up. Holding it up. That's our resistance, right? So we tap into it. We fill the FVG. We go lower. Honestly, guys, I just think this is going to be like a pretty cut and dry move back down. I think that's kind of what I'm looking at. I like a move down. I like a move down. Again, let's watch midnight. You got the POC down here. Setup. I think I'm going to be looking for an 80% setup today. I'd like to target the point of control down at 250s. I think that's going to be my play. That's going to be my play. Now we just got to try to be patient for 9:30 to get a proper entry. I'm really hoping we don't just sell off before the open down to my drawn liquidity, you know? But right now we could play the midnight retracement at 9:30 as long as we don't come down here for another hour. We could take shorts, play the midnight retracement setup, play the 80% setup, and just acknowledge that we have equal lows right here, low resistance liquidity. I'm bearish. I'm bearish right now, chat. Yeah, I'm bearish. I just want to wait till 9:30 because I don't like trading pre-market. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get that. There's a lot of room to the downside, though. If we can stay up around here, like, because we could still sweep up one more time, which would be great. I would prefer that if the market did something like this. Give us another push up at the open, sweep out these highs one more time, dig deeper into this gap, then push it down. Trade an inversion somewhere in here. That would be my play. Mike's in the chat. We just pulled back to the overnight high low POC on both ES and NQ. Overnight POC. Overnight POC? Overnight low is all the way down here. You mean yesterday's overnight high and low, like over here? Yeah, for sure. I'm more looking at this hourly SIBI, this hourly fair value gap, right in here. This is kind of your overall bearish resistance zone for me. And then we have draws on liquidity lower. So yeah, I want shorts. I just got to hope that this market can not sell off before 9:30. That's what I'm hoping for right now. Asia low to London high. Yeah, I got you, Mike. I'm picking up what you're putting down, bro. Thanks for your top-down analysis. Hey, thank you for watching, man. Chat, drop a 1 in the chat if that helped you. Let me know. Does that help when I do top-down analysis? Should I do that every morning? Because sometimes I forget to do that. I think I should be doing that. But yeah, 9:30, man. Let's just try to wait for 9:30. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like feverishly checking my email, just waiting to see if Apex approves my payout or not. I heard that they are approving payouts a lot more quickly these days. Like I heard some people are getting approved in 8 hours, but the problem is this is my first time being paid with Apex. And from my experience, when you're looking to take your first ever payout with a new firm, it always takes longer because I guess they're trying to verify you. They got shit to do. Like once you're in their ecosystem, I noticed they pay you out a lot quicker. But that first ever payout, it's always the longest. What do I think about the TOF Ignite accounts? I think they're cool if you're looking for an instant funded account on a budget. I don't want to trade them personally because it's too much sauce to deal with. I'd rather just trade the instant funded accounts. To me, the ROI is still great is better with the instant funded. But if you're trying to go instant funded on a budget and you have a plan, I think they're good. I think it's good that there is an option for that. Yeah, I think it's good that there's an option for something like that, for a more cost-efficient instant funded account. But not my style. I like the classic instant fundeds from TOF. I like the classic lightning funded from Tradeify. I want it simple, man. You know? Can you guys confirm, is my sound bad again? 1104 says, I'm sorry, but the sound is not good. You sound like you're speaking from another room. Is this true? Chat, tell me if the sound is bad. The sound should not be bad. This would be insane. Dude, 1104, you have an issue with your speakers, bro. This is you every morning. You tell me this. You have an issue, my friend. It's low? Then maybe your audio is low, guys. Your volume is low. Okay, sound is fine. Yeah, dude. I think it's your laptop, brother. I got a brand new mic. It's good. Okay, cool. Worried me for a second. People are spamming for giveaway. Don't spam your boy for a giveaway. It makes me not want to do it. But let me check. Where are we at on likes? I do want to run a giveaway. So did we hit 40 likes yet? We're at 27. We got to hit at least 40. We got over 60 people watching. We should hit like 40 or 50 likes. Then we run our giveaway, chat. It looks like I have a cold, or does it sound like I have a cold? Because I think I sound like I have a cold. I hope I don't look like I have a cold. Jesus, chat is cooking my sound. Santa, I sound bad. Jesus. Okay, let's keep this going. This is what I want to see, though. This is what I want to see. Market is holding up. Let's just hope this holds up for another hour. Honestly, a sweep up would be even better. Like, that would be ideal. I'd like to see one more sweep up, take out maybe this wick, dig deeper into this hourly SIBI right here. Then we could trade our midnight mechanical model, first inversion down to midnight. We also have in mind that the 80% setup is in play. And we have equal lows down here. And we're in line with a higher time frame trend currently, like the 4 hour. So there's a lot riding on a good short here. I definitely would like to try to capitalize on it. Yeah, that would be nice. Into the fair value gap, then lower. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're hoping. There's some SMT here on ES. Is there? Oh, no. Kind of. It's weird. ES is just trading a little bit differently. Yeah, I do think ES will come up and sweep this high one more time, though. So that's good. I want that. If we're going to be bearish, I would like it to go further up first. But yeah, keep checking my Gmail, man. Hoping Apex pays me already. For anyone that is been paid by Apex, can you let me know how long did it take to get your first payout with Apex? All right, my team just told me we're not live on IG. What'd I do wrong here? Let me try and fix this. Let me know, Chad, who's been paid out by Apex and how long did it take you? Honestly, streaming to IG, I don't think is worth it. Personally, it's my opinion. Let's try this again, though. Sorry, guys. One-man show here, you know what I mean? Got to get it going. All right. I think I got it fixed. Just for making you guys wait with me through that, I'm going to probably run the giveaway pretty soon. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. Back to focus. They paid me in half a day? No way. Lit Trade, you're saying on your first ever Apex account, you got paid in 12 hours for your first ever Apex payout? I'm not talking about subsequent payouts because those are always quicker. But your first payout with that firm, with Apex, it was 12 hours? When was that? Dwayne says IG stream sucks. Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. 48 likes. Smash that like button. It helps the algorithm. Yeah, you know the vibes. Smash that like button. We'll run this giveaway. We'll get it going, chat. Bro, I had a long at 419 with a stop at 397 1 hour into London. I closed at 403 and missed the entire run up. Rough, dude. I'm sorry. We'll get it back. We'll try and catch some shorts today. I think we're going to get them. What's the plan for Christmas and New Year's? So, yeah, I was talking about this yesterday, guys. For anyone that's tuning in right now, if you missed yesterday, plan is this is going to be our last week until January 5th. So we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We got today's stream all the way until Friday. And then we break, okay? Because I got the baby coming. We're going to do 2 weeks off. It's going to be 2 weeks, so nothing crazy. First week of January, first full week of January, January 5th, we're back. So that's the plan. That is the plan. We were thinking about getting someone to, getting a few people to like run it while I'm gone, but I think we decided like, it's 2 weeks. it's no big deal. We'll break for 2 weeks. A lot of streams are going to be breaking. Like, you got Christmas, you got New Year's. There's not much to happen anyway. So we get that going. We come back hard for 2026. So that's the plan. Yeah, sponsors for the stream: Aqua Futures, Blue Guardian, and Top One Futures. Shout out. That's those are the accounts we're going to be giving away today. And we can run a giveaway now. I'm sure we got 50 likes. Hey, Raj says he passed a giveaway account, so he got it funded from a giveaway. Let's go, bro. Congrats. I'm still waiting for Lit Trader to confirm that was your first payout with them ever, and it only took 12 hours, because that's fucking lit. I hope that's what it is for me, man. I'm checking my email. I'm gonna check my email one more time. Let's see. Nope, nothing yet. Nothing yet. Please continue to gift away after Christmas. What? You think I'm going to run giveaways while I'm not running a stream? What are you talking about, bro? First payout with Apex, man. That's my first account in futures and with Apex, and they paid me in half a day. Okay, dude, that's promising, man. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. It's been, it's been 12 hours for me since I requested now. It's probably been about 13, 14 hours. So we'll see. If it happens, dude, if they pay me in 24 hours, I am chilling. Come on, Zach, be patient. Be patient with what? Dude, I'm going to have a newborn baby, and it's going to be Christmas. When am I going to give away accounts? People are just saying, Zach, like I'm a giveaway machine. I'm not a giveaway machine, guys. I don't just live to give accounts away. I'm being patient. People will ask silly questions sometimes, bro. I'm not Santa. I know some people said I look like Santa. I'm not. Congrats on your first payout. Oh, you're probably saying that to Lit Trades. Santa Zach, yeah. All right, let's do this giveaway. We can get it going. Let's get a giveaway going, and we'll just keep it rolling. Let's do it. So, if you guys are new, the way you enter the giveaways here at Prop Firm Match TV, you go over to the Prop Firm Match Discord channel. You go in here. If you don't know how to get here, go to the pinned comment at the top of the chat. There's a Discord invite link. Click that link. You're going to join. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Bro, you're a saint. You have more patience with people than I do. Oh, yeah, dude. Daily Christmas here. It is. Dude, no other stream gives away this many accounts. It's like actually insane. So then when someone says, hey, dude, like, I know you're not streaming, you got a baby coming, but like, can you still give away accounts every day? I gotta be like, well, let me think about that. It's a good idea. Nah, dude. It's buns. That's crazy. I have a lot of patience. All right. Let's do this. First giveaway of the day. You're going to type match to enter. Type match underneath my name to enter the giveaway. Let's go. I'm going to get a video of this. Keep those names coming. What if she goes into labor during market hours? You're not going to stream? But bro. What if you were in the middle of a giveaway and your partner goes into labor in the middle of the giveaway, are you going to come back and finish the giveaway? What if it happens in the middle? What about us? The new sheet that Josh made is awesome, dude. It's been working perfect. So, no, I don't use Snapchat. I haven't used Snapchat in mad long. Can't abandon the duck race. Oh man. But yeah, the sheet that Josh gave us, shout out Josh. He'll probably be in the chat in another hour. It's really good. It's working great. Josh is the GOAT. Yeah. He helped me out because I don't got those organizational skills, man. That's not my, that's not my strength. I'm a trader. So he helps me with that. Oh yeah, Erkan. I'll give you guys another minute to enter. It looks like the entries are slowing down, so we'll get these copied in a sec. Erkan, do you want to short this market or is it just me? You know what? I'm going to put a poll up too. And I'll remember to do neutral. Okay, I just dropped a poll. Bullish or bearish on the indexes today? What are we thinking? Yeah, you're looking for exactly what I'm seeing. Yeah, I'm just trying to be patient and wait till the open, bro. Sakuna's going to short with us. Yeah, if we get an entry, hopefully it doesn't just rip right down. You know what I mean? We will see. Okay, I'm going to get these entries collected, guys, for this giveaway right now. Okay. Yeah, Josh really went above and beyond here because the first one was having a couple of little issues and he came in and made this one legit. It just takes a sec because one thing what I noticed, guys, is if I try to copy everything in one shot on Discord, the Discord will it will skip people's names. So what I do is I do bite-sized chunks. That's why it takes a little longer for me to copy all the names now. Because that way I won't miss anyone if I'm doing copying 30 to 30 names at a time. So this is giving a lot of people another chance to get their entry in. So that's good. Everyone's got a chance here. Okay. Okay, that's it for the entries. Boom. So fire. Okay. All right, chat, we ready? Grand Rising family, Real Deal Futures in the house. Do we got a Real Deal Futures fan here early? What's up, brother or sister? Yeah, Zach Boyage and Real Deal Futures coming on today at 9:30. It'll be here. It'll be a good one. I think we're going to have to talk about Project X, man. We're going to have to talk about it. So there's going to be a little drama today, probably. It'll be fun. Good morning from RDF. What's up? Good to have you here. Yeah, each account with Apex, guys, $39 code match. They just dropped their 80% sale. They're just cooking with the deals. Once I get this payout, which we requested it, so once this payout hits my account, I'm going to load up and get the last 8 accounts that I need so that I'll have max allocation with Apex. I just want to wait for this payout to actually hit the bank. Then I'm going to do it. But yeah, 80% off with code match right now, guys. Real Deal Futures Zach here. Yeah, we got the crew in here. All right. What do I think about Blueberry Futures? I do think they're listed on Prop Firm Match, so I would say they're valid. Listen, if the firm is listed on Prop Firm Match, they're trustworthy enough to trade with. I've just never traded with them personally. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, it's cool to get that last payout for the year. All right, let's do this first giveaway. Conquer Marcos? Was that supposed to be Conquer Marcos, or is it like Come Queer Marco? Whichever one, you're the winner, bro. Congratulations. You won the first account. So this is what I got to do. I got to find you on Discord real quick so I can get your Discord handle. I found you. And let me get this going. Just got to save it. All right, that's the first winner. For anyone that's brand new, if you guys are new to the stream, you don't know how to claim your giveaway accounts, this is what you got to do. You go over to PFM Support on X. I'll link this in the chat for you right now to make it easy. Send them over a DM and then show them proof of your Discord handle, and they'll get you hooked up with your account. So, Prophet, the way we do our giveaways, you do have to be in our Discord. So there's an invite link at the top of the chat, pins to the top of the chat. Join our Discord, but that's not it. You have to do one other thing. So what we do is when we run a giveaway, everybody has to come here to the stream chat under PFM TV, and I'll give everyone a code word. Okay, you can see the code word was match for this particular giveaway. So anyone that typed a match in the chat got entered into the giveaway. This one's done though. So I already have this list. I am going to give 2 more accounts away right now with this list. Again, for some of the people that are new here, Prop Firm Match TV gives away like 12 accounts a day. Like, we're out here like that. So we'll be running giveaways all throughout the stream. So if you miss your opportunity this time, if you missed your chance to get in, it's all good. You'll have at least 3 more opportunities to get on a list. We usually give away like 2 or 3 accounts at a time. But I'm going to give away 2 more at least with this current list. Definitely need to talk about Project X and the prop firms. I posted my thoughts from my accounts on Trustpilot mixed reviews. Yeah, we're going to talk about Project X, I think. I'd like to get Zach's opinion, because Zach, not me, Zach Real Deal Futures, he really liked Project X. Like, he was like a Project X only guy, I'm pretty sure. I was the opposite. I never liked Project X. From day one, I said, this is just not my favorite platform. I get that the UI, the user interface, is like easy to use for beginners, but I remember feeling like this just ain't it. Like Tradeovate, I was always a Tradeovate guy, but it's interesting seeing more people come to my side now because of what's happening. But yeah, it'll be interesting to talk about it. Like, listen, I love Top Step. I love the people behind Top Step. I've been on Top Step TV a bunch of times back in the day. They're good people over there. I just, the platform, yeah, we got to talk about it. The platform issues are crazy. Yeah. Yeah, no, I believe it. I believe it. That's what we're going to talk about today. Trading View, Trade Evade is it. Yes, sir. Too late to be added for this list. Yes, but like I'll run another giveaway in probably like 30 minutes minimum. But okay, let's do this. Let's do this. All right. Bielka. Some long Discord names today. But Bielka, you're the winner. Shout out. We find you here on Discord. I got to find you guys on Discord because your handle oftentimes is different from your display name. So shout out Bielka. Let's go. And I found you. Cool. You're the winner. Again, to claim your account, Bielka, you just go over to PFM support on X, send them over a DM, show them proof of your Discord handle, and you're good to go. They should get you hooked up with your account within a couple days. So it does take a day or two. Don't expect to get it like in 5 minutes, but you will get your account. You just got to reach out to them. Hey, there you go. I see you in there. Congrats. Congrats. Yeah, you know what? Actually, the one cool thing, shout out Top One Futures, because I did take an initial loss yesterday, right? If you guys remember, we were trying to short, I don't even remember where, like here, and I cut the trade for a quick loss a little bit early, and I was going to get back in. I tried to get back in here, and it would have been a winning trade, and Project X glitched by then. But I did take a small loss there, but Top One Futures, they did remove the loss because it happened in that window of time. So that was cool, at least. At least I didn't take the L, you know? I think Tradeify did similar stuff. They took away 1,300 profit. That's rough. Yeah, I don't know. That's rough too. Listen, there was a real thing though going on with the arbitrage. I remember looking at it. I was here on stream looking at the Project X chart, and then flipping back to Trading View, and Trading View was like already way above, and Project X data was not going higher yet. There was like a 10-second delay. So I'm sure there were people, I'm not saying you did this, but I'm sure there were people that capitalized off that shit. But yeah, shout out Tradeify. They're great too. Okay, let's do one more giveaway for now. And don't worry, we're going to get another one going like right away, actually, because I got to take a coffee break. And usually I'll run a giveaway. I'll get another giveaway going while I do a coffee break for anyone that's new. So we'll do another one like immediately. So stay tuned, guys. But okay, let's do this one. All right, Tarak Sahu. I don't think you've won any accounts this week, so I think you're Gucci. Yeah. Yeah, you good. Tarak, you're the winner. Let's go. Congratulations. Again, just go to PFM support on X, send them over a DM. They'll get you hooked up. All right. Okay, this market's holding up, which I'm glad about. I'm trying to just let's keep this market up till 9:30. Let's get that sweep of this liquidity, but ultimately hold this hourly SIBI, and then let's look for moves down to the midnight open. That's my plan. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do today. So we will see if it happens. Let's go. Passed an eval and just won an account. Yeah, Erkan, you saw it, right? That arbitrage had me livid yesterday, made me fumble a play because of the different candles. It was brutal. It was crazy, dude. Trade of 8 all day. Trade of 8. You can win. Yeah, you can win some accounts once a week that we give away, but other firms, it's every 30 days, so it depends. But yeah, that's my plan, guys. That's what I want to see. Give this to me. Maybe we create some type of bearish SMT, holds that, get some type of inversion, and we just look for this, the move to midnight or the move to the POC. But then you got these equal lows below you, and then you just got previous day's low if it's going to be a real sell day. So we'll see. Or we're dead wrong and the market rips. You never know. Oh, my battery's dying. Okay, let's do this, guys. Let's do another giveaway. Let's get one more going. I'm going to take a quick coffee break, go get my charger, and get set up so we can get ready for Zach Real Deal Futures coming on at 9:25. So we'll get all that ready. Let's do one more giveaway in the meantime. Let's do this. We'll give you a new code word. So, guys, if you missed the last giveaway, this is your next chance to get in. Remember, pinned comment, top of the chat, join the Discord link. Once you're in, get verified. Come down here to the stream chat under PFM TV. Jump to present. And I'm going to give you a code right now. Type real deal. Type real deal to enter. Shout out Zach Real Deal Futures. Oh, I don't think I'm going to confuse people. Yeah, it has to be real deal. Real deal. So if you missed that, edit your thing. But okay, get those entries in. The Discord link is at the top of the chat. If you're watching on X or Instagram, you got to come on over to the YouTube channel. Okay, come on over to the YouTube channel so you can join the Discord. Here, I'll link it in the chat so people, if anyone is watching on X, you can still get it. Hold up. There you go. There's the link. I just typed it in the chat. Yeah. All right. All right, let's get that going. Get your entries in, and we will be right back. Okay, we'll take a quick coffee break, and when we come back, we'll announce the winners. So don't go anywhere. Be right back. All right. All right. We're back. Sorry for the wait there. Here we go. Erkan, I was just reading your comment when I got back saying that I think it's important to frame a long idea and a short idea before the session starts. Who else does that? I think that's a brilliant idea, man. Honestly, I should probably do that more myself. Maybe we'll do that for fun right before the open, just for practice, because I think that's 100%. I like that idea. We love Real Deal Futures. So do we. So do I. All right. How do we do on the giveaway, chat? We got our entries in. I'll get all these entries. Okay. Get this going right now. I gotta buy, maybe I'll buy Duck Race Premium just on stream. I keep forgetting to do it after the stream, man. Dill says, I'm literally waiting out my short and long idea. I've been doing this recently and it's helped so much. Yeah, I believe that that's helpful. I really think that that can be very helpful because it forces you to look at the market in both ways and be prepared for either scenario. I love that idea, honestly. It's a good mental practice. Okay, I'm just getting all these entries in, chat. Bear with me here. Okay, I think I got everyone. Got it. All right, chat. Who's ready? Also, we got about 100 people watching, only 70 likes. Smash that like button. When we hit 100 after this giveaway, I'm not going to do another giveaway till we hit 100 likes, which we can do for sure. Yeah, there was another Sakuna in here being silly. I know that's not you. That's not our Sakuna, the homie Sakuna. That was someone else. All right, let's do this. First account. We're gonna give away 2 accounts. And this is the last one until we hit 100 likes, chat. All right, let's do this. Espresso shots all day. Hydra. Let's go. All right, first winner. Let's go. Let me find you on Discord real quick. And then I think I want to do that idea that Erkan said. I want to write out a long idea, even though we're bearish. I think that'll be a good mental game. We got a lot of market maker sell model guys in here, huh? Okay. One more. And then we're going to get ready for Zach Real Deal Futures to get on here. Okay. Rocky Trading. Shout out, bro. Let me explain to you guys how you claim your accounts, just in case you don't know. Let me just find you. Yo, guys, you know how I told you? All right, I found you. There we go. Real quick again, claim your account on X. Go to PFM support, send them a DM, show them proof of your Discord handle. I'm going to link it in the chat for you. All you got to do, click that link, send them a DM, show them proof of your Discord handle, tell them you won, and they'll get you hooked up. But okay, guys. So I've been on this nicotine gum, trying to stop zinning and shit, zinning and smoking and all that. And I think it's working, man, because I'm just realizing right now, I've been up since 6 in the morning. It's 9 a.m. I haven't had a single thing of nicotine yet. But I'm not going to lie, I just thought about it. So I do need to pop some nicotine because I think I'm starting to feel the withdrawal. So I'm going to pop this one. But I'm telling you, I've been taking like 3 or 4 of these a day max, which is way different than what I was doing with Zins and all that. Nicotine is a sneaky drug, man. Hard to stop, you know? But I was thinking I felt a little bit off, and I was like, oh, dude, I haven't had any nicotine all day. You're going to quit soon, too? Erkan, are you smoking or zinning? Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with nicotine. I agree with that. But it's the other factors. It's like, I mean, smoking we all know is bad for you, just straight up bad for you. So then I was vaping, and I feel like vaping is low-key the worst. I think vaping is, we're going to find out in 10 years, is more dangerous than all of it. So I stopped that. Then I started zinning. And listen, Zin is great, man, but it can't be good for your gums long term. It just can't be. So I'm just trying to like do the least amount of harm. And I feel like at the end of the day, gum is probably the best way because I'm still ingesting nicotine, which I don't think there's anything wrong with nicotine by itself. And I feel like gum, no one would say like, if there wasn't nicotine in the gum, no one would be saying like, oh, it's dangerous to chew all that gum. You know, what? Popping an upper decky lip pillow, it's got to have some effect on your gums. You know what I mean? Doing that 10, 15 times a day. Yeah, you're zinning. Yeah. Zinning is definitely better than smoking. What are the biggest negatives of nicotine smoking gum in your opinion? I don't think there's any negatives to nicotine by itself. I think it helps me focus. Some would say it's a appetite suppressor, but that's good or bad depending on who you talk to. Smoking is just bad because it smells like shit. People hate it, like especially in 2025. Like people are grossed out by smoking usually. It's very like invasive to other people. You know, you got to go outside to do it. Yeah. Vaping is probably the least offensive. Well, no, zinning is the least offensive to people, but vaping is not very offensive to people for the most part. But I just feel like we don't know what that shit is. Like low key, I feel like that stuff we're gonna find out is worse than cigarettes. So I feel like out of the 3, zinning is the best if you're gonna pick one. 50 milligram Pablo pouches? That sounds, bro, that's insane. I'm like a 3 milligram guy. Now you just have a cigar once in a while after smoking cigs? Respect. That's cool because you didn't have to be one of those people that like fully abstain. I respect that. No, I know, Nick. Dude, I'm with you. I think nicotine is beneficial, but I think the way that people ingest it can be bad. Like smoking cigarettes is bad. It's bad for you. Vaping we don't know what it does to you. I bet it's bad. Zinning is probably the least dangerous for you, but it still is like you're putting that shit on your gums day in and day out. There's nothing wrong with nicotine itself. It's the way people ingest it. Dude, like 3 milligrams. I'm a baby. I don't even do 6 milligrams Zins. I do love a good cigar. Dude, see, I never got into cigars. I've had them. I've had them a bunch of times. I've never really enjoyed it that much. But I loved cigarettes, man. Loved a good cig. A good Marlboro 27 or a Marlboro Red. Woo! Good morning, Kenny. All right, enough nicotine and cigarette smoking talk. Disclaimer, yeah, that's not financial advice. Yeah, good cowboy killer. And coffee. Exactly, man. Exactly. All right. We've gone over my short idea, right? For anyone that hasn't been here, if you're new, the short idea that I'm looking at, if you guys know the way I trade, Turkish golds, bro. I smoked Turkish golds for a minute when I lived in Nashville. Those are great cigs. I still like Marlboro 27s better. But Turkish Gold is solid. Camel Turkish Golds for sure. Marlboro Reds are the one. Yeah, they're great. Okay. Enough cigarette talk. Crazy. If you guys know the way that I trade, you probably would guess that I'm bearish here. Higher time frame downtrend. Tapped into this hourly SIBI. We have a ton of draws on liquidity below us. We have the midnight retracement. We have the previous day's point of control for the 80% setup. And we have equal lows. And we're still in line with like a higher time frame trend. On top of which, there's not a lot of displacement in this move up. It's more of like a slow grind compared to this displacement leg down. Also, if we pull a fib from the swing high to the swing low, we're above the 50%. We're in a deep premium here. Like all of this is saying it's a good short opportunity to at least look for midnight open or the POC. That's my idea. I want to trade like the midnight mechanical model inversion down to midnight, down to the POC. That's my idea. And I'm hoping that we can get a pull up at the open and then slam it down. Sweep out this high or something like that, create a bearish S&P. But Erkan made a good point. He's like, let's come up with a long idea as well. To just, we should test ourselves. Do I see a long here? I think for a long, you could make the case that on the higher time frame, we've had a deep pullback. Indexes are naturally bullish. We've tapped into this daily fair value gap, and we're actually still holding it technically. We're still above it. We haven't closed beneath it. So we are at a higher time frame uptrend and a higher time frame support level. So we're in a strong level where the market can bounce from, and it has bounced. You could also make the argument that we technically have a 1 hour market structure shift in here, right? This is the last lower high that made a new lower low. We've taken it out. 1 hour market structure shift as well. Now, for me, where do you long though, would be the question. And again, I want to short this today, but we're doing a mental exercise. We're coming up with a long idea as well, which I think is really beneficial. You got this hourly BISI, which stands for bullish fair value gap. You can see this hourly candle wicked through, but held above. Now we have this hourly candle coming back into it. Technically, you could hold this hourly BISI and just grind higher. As for draws on liquidity, really you just got previous day's high. You got some imbalance here. Like I guess you could say there's still some imbalance. Also, higher time frame target. I mean, you got these equal highs. Like, we know these are going to get taken at some point. I just think maybe we go lower first before taking these maybe next week, something like that. But this is an external draw that could definitely pull the market higher. So you could hold this hourly BISI, or maybe we go a little bit lower first. Maybe I don't know. We come down, sweep the London session lows. So maybe we sweep out London session lows. Maybe we even tap midnight, and then you get the long. What I would say is, what I would look for, though, if you're looking for that long idea, and again, this is a mental exercise for us, maybe we create some type of bullish SMT with ES. Maybe ES takes out the Asia session low, while NQ does not, or vice versa, right? And then we go higher. You could trade an inversion back up somewhere after you engage midnight. So that would be my idea. I think those are two solid ideas, but I'm hoping for the former. I'm looking for the short midnight mechanical model down to the midnight open. And all right, guys, I got to get Zach Real Deal Futures on here. So I'm going to send him the links to the stream. And yeah, I do use value area high and value area low. So let's do this. I got to get Zach ready to get on stream. I'm going to give him the links. And let's do one more giveaway. We're gonna like do the names. We'll announce the winners later. But let's get the entries in. Type Zach to enter the giveaway. Go ahead, type Zach to enter the giveaway. Get your entries in right now. Go into Discord. Okay, cool. Those are coming in. And I'll be right back. I'm going to make sure Zach can get into the stream. So we'll take one more quick coffee break before our special guest, Zach Real Deal Futures. So we'll be back in about 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. See you soon.
What's going on, guys? Don't know if I don't know if I got audio messed up on my side, but I can't hear you, Zach.
Nope. We're good. That was me. There we go. What is up, brother?
What's happening, man? What's happening?
Chilling, man. How we doing?
Good. Glad to be back. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, dude, always down to have you. It's been a minute since we caught up. How have you been, man? How's trading going?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Coming into the end of the year, just been trying to make the most of it without pushing it way too hard. I've made the mistake in the past, and I talked about this a little bit in my community, of pushing it way too hard into the holidays. Like, markets can be good. I think there can be volatility. We got, some news this week. We had rollover. But I think from a mindset and psychology side, at least me, a couple years back when I was struggling, really tried to push it into the end of the year. And I find myself in between Christmas, instead of spending time with my family in between like Christmas and New Year's, pressing it, like hiding over a chart, losing money, trying to make that last ditch before the end of the year. And that's never a fun thing to do. So I've been working through some of the Project X issues as most of us have over this past week, as yesterday. I know we'll get to that, but just try to take things in stride and finish up the year smoothly as I can without any massive blowups or anything crazy.
I love that, man. That's funny you say that, because I've been preaching the exact same thing. I've had an amazing year trading wise, and I think I was preaching this. I was saying it's time to like scale back, slow down, and just enjoy the rest of the month going into the holidays, right? I've been preaching that for 2 weeks, and I didn't even take my own advice. So it's many such cases with traders, right?
Yeah.
So what I was doing was I had these top one futures accounts, right? 50Ks with
Nice.
Project X. And I don't know what happened here. Let me refresh this. I was like $300 away from a 12K payout with these. And I just pushed it, bro. I didn't want to accept that. Like, it was on a Friday. I was like, I'm getting this payout today. It's happening. All I need is $300. Before you know it, we hit a DLL. And since then, man, I don't know how you fared for December in general, but December has been a brutal trading month. The range we've been in has been awful for me.
Yeah, I'm right there. December's been tough. I was going to do a challenge. I just had too much going on in the personal life. I'm building another spot at the house. I say I'm building it. I got somebody outside right now working on it. But for streaming and trading, and I was kind of just taking on too much. But I got cooked on those right off the bat. And then outside of that, in the live account's been really uneventful. It's either been like a back and forth break even, win loss, or nothing, just a whole lot of nothing. So I think this month has been tough. I think the price action market structure overall have just not been suited to at least me. I know everybody's different, right? When I'm maybe losing money, somebody else says this is the best conditions ever. But I think it's been tough in general. I've seen it across the space. I saw a lot of people getting cooked the first week of December. Just really tough price action and structure to trade. So yeah, man, I think kind of like that Friday, right? The don't F it up Friday that everybody says, where why are so many accounts blown on Friday? It's this random kind of expectation we have where we want to impose this, I want to end the week green, or I want to make a certain amount of money, or I'm close to a payout like you were in that situation, so I just got to hit it now. And the market doesn't work like that. It doesn't care about it being Friday or any of that stuff. So I think the same is true for the end of the year. Again, I've done it myself for sure. So anybody coming into the end of the year, especially if you're finding it to be a tough trade, just in general on the price action and structure, whatever tools you're using, take your foot off the gas, man. Just try to review, maybe spend some time making some game plans for 2026, setting out goals, how you want to set yourself up, rather than hammering it and doing the F it up on the last month of the year, like a Friday. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, man, I completely agree. I actually want to ask you about what your plans are for 2026. But one thing, I don't know if you saw it on X. We did end up taking a payout with Apex. I requested today. It's my first time actually requesting a payout with Apex. I've always been wary of them, especially last year, because my strategy just was not very suited for Apex. Because I was a big high risk reward guy, not looking for one-to-ones, base hits. I was always looking for home runs. It just didn't really work with Apex. But this year I've shifted a lot, and I was like, you know what, my strategy is actually suited to trade this type of model. I'm going to give it another go. And we got our first payout. I mean, hopefully it gets approved. You know how Apex be. But we requested 500 times 12 accounts. So we did end up taking one more payout by the end of the year, which I'm hyped about. But that leads me into my question, because for me, 2026, my goal, I want to scale up with Apex this year.
All
this
right.
upcoming year. I want to do it, man. I want to get 20 accounts. Even not just Apex alone, but just I want to trade more accounts. I want to start scaling up the copy trading. I've always been a guy that does like baskets, one firm here, another firm there, keep them. I risk sync between the both. And I think I'm still going to do that to a degree. I don't think I'll ever want to trade all of my accounts between multiple firms in one shot, but maybe like baskets of 10 and 10 or 20 Apex, 5 something else. So my goal is just scaling up in general and using whatever tools are at my disposal. But that goes into you. What is your goal? Do you have any goals for 2026?
Yeah, man. I feel like there's a couple ways you could go. That's an awesome goal, man. Congrats on the payout. That's sick. They are definitely not easy to work with as far as rules go. I'd say like it's hard to argue that there's a more difficult account type to trade. So well done, dude. If you can if you can qualify for a payout, whether or not it comes, like you said, but if you can qualify for a payout there, man, that's something. Definitely something to be said. But yeah, for me for 2026, I've been thinking a lot about it. I don't know that I have an exact answer, but I don't know that I'm going to go the scale up copy trading a bunch of different prop firms and the sim route, which I think can be super lucrative. I think I just find myself being a little bit more of a conservative style risk approach, right? And I think there can be a lot of money made, but it does take a lot of aggression. It takes, a lot of management of those batches of accounts, a lot of intraday trading. So I've got this live account with Top One Futures. My goal, one of the goals is to hold on to that, continue to hold on to that, take payouts from it, and then maybe start to scale that up. I've traded some live accounts, personal live accounts as well. I'm trying to figure, where I want to go. I did have some, what I was calling the side quest accounts on, if you asked me this question yesterday, it might be a little bit different, to be completely honest. I had some side quest accounts that I was working through, trading more aggressively, right? Copy trading, leveraging more firms on the side. And I've just found the platform issues, just the general amount of time it takes to focus on so many different batches to be difficult, man. It's a lot to manage. I give everybody credit that does it really successfully. So I think for me, number one would be overall just more payouts, more profit, right? That's always the goal, to be able to scale and trade larger size. I'm just trying to figure out the structure I want to have for that. Definitely hold on to a live account, be able to try to scale in a live account. In sim accounts, same deal. Maybe it's more copy trading, but then on the live side, trying to figure out how I want to, leverage that. I did a lot of intraday trading on a futures brokerage account, just a normal cash account. And then I started to move to some overnight swing stuff because, again, I hold on to trades for long periods of time. Kind of interesting with the margin requirements and how that changes around red folder news. And I've actually started to dip my toe into options this year. I've always traded stocks. Yeah, I've always traded stocks on the back end. But, like trading the U.S. indices, right? Not super, maybe not zero DTE stuff, but, trying to leverage that as kind of, maybe I want to trade YM. I want to take the exact same trade. I want to find a good options contract to be able to hold that for a couple days and, target another zone. So yeah, we'll see. I know that's not a clear answer, but size up, scale up, make more money, right? More profit, more profitability. Be able to really manage my downside really well, but try to decide the structure that I'm going to use to be able to get all that done. And again, I don't think there's anything wrong with the route that you're going, which is, leverage copy trading across multiple firms. Third-party trade copiers are available now. That's an absolutely awesome route to go. I just, I try to play to my strong suits, right? On some of that.
I love that, man. And I mean, that's why, it's different for everyone, right? I mean, you have some live accounts right now. You want to scale those up. I totally get that. I mean, you've been just milking those pre-live accounts with Top One. You're just constantly taking payouts from it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, again, nothing crazy, nothing to write home about as far as size, but I think I'm 11 payouts in, and I've had that account for a couple months. It's my first.
That's massive, dude. I mean, when those will add up.
No, for sure. And again, it's kind of those steps in the right direction, right? Like I didn't have a live account before that, so my goal was try to position myself to get to one, and then what's the first goal? It's not a $20,000 payout. It's can I take one payout? Can I take two? Can I hold on to it before I lose it in 1 week because I'm all jacked up and now the psychology and mindset shifts because there's no reset button. And, it's just that kind of slowly scale. I've definitely gone the other way where I'm like, all right, I'm funded day one, time to get the 10K payout. And it's immediate blown account, right? Back to square one. So, that's been cool, but probably try to scale up in that, hold on to it if I can. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, there's ebbs and flows in trading, so I never like to talk from a place like I got it all figured out, and the next time we hop on, I might not be in some drawdown, but
well,
we'll
dude, that
see.
actually, I see you got your charts up in a second. This market's selling, guys. We wanted shorts. I haven't seen a pullback yet for me, though. I do want to get into the current market because we're moving. But last thing, to what you just said, this is like a perfect example of that. And I was talking about this on stream before you got on. Where is it? I liked the post so I can save it. From Gainsey. If you're unaware of Gainsey, he's like a really big crypto trader in the space, well known. This tweet is perfect, man. And I think he's being a little bit hyperbolic, a little bit extra because it's Twitter and it's a bit more clickbaity. But the main point here stands. He says for 95% of people trading full time, it's miserable, me included. That's the clickbaity part. But this part is real, and I say this all the time. The money you make and the freedom you have does not translate to proportional dopamine drip constantly feeding you. 10% of the time you turbo prints, the other 90% of the time you just survive. That couldn't be more true for me, man. I always say this. I say trading profits come in disproportionate waves. It's just what it is. Most of the main chunk of my trading profits this year came from a window of 3 to 4 months. And that's how it was last year too. It's just how it goes. Most of the time we're treading water, and that's just trading. So yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, man.
Yeah, I agree 100%. We can hop in the markets, but I think most traders find that there's some really consistent dudes out there that are just really, really aggressive win rate. But for the most part, I think the vast majority, exactly what that dude said in the tweet. We're surviving. We're trying to hold on during periods of drawdown. We have a lot of break even back and forth. And then, when it's time to put our foot on the gas, we've got to hold on to it. But very non-linear, super non-linear. I have the same. I have red days, weeks, and months, multiple every year. And it's hard during those times to not go, did I completely forget what I'm doing? Did I ever know how to trade in the first place? But, that's where the money's made, not because you're making money, but can you protect your downside? Can you hold on? Can you survive? And then when the market's agreeing with you, can you just continue to keep yourself right in the middle, not over risk, not over trade, not do anything too crazy, and then just keep that P&L, pushing to the upside. But very well said, man. I think, it's not what we want as traders. It's not often what's displayed on social media. It's everybody quiet and then, big wins and that's it. But that's definitely not the case for me. And you could watch it in my trading. I trade live every day. I had a couple months in there, before the run into this account and then the run in this account where it was a whole lot of nothing and then losses, losing accounts, plural. It's just kind of part of it, that natural ebb and flow. I could jump right into what I'm looking at in the market if
I would love that. I would love that. I got your screen up. Go man.
So I got I won't yap too much. I got my YM chart up. I'm looking a little bit more at ES because YM has just been kind of not presenting too many good trading opportunities for intraday coming into the end of the year. But looking at this right off the bat, pretty simple chart for anybody that wants to know. This is YM on the 15-minute. This is Project X, for better or for worse. We got visible range volume profile over here on the right-hand side. This is just the drawing tool, fixed range volume profile, VWAP, and then volume down on the bottom. That's it. Watching a pretty balanced open, looking bullish now, taking off above VWAP, pushing to the upside. We kind of opened up right at yesterday's volume point of control, and we're climbing a bit to the upside. Not a ton. I would have honestly liked to see right off the open. I was watching your comments into the open. Okay. I was looking bearish as well. I would have loved to see an immediate crack to the downside, and this was actually setting up for a long play like this. Maybe a sweep of yesterday's low, or at least a retest down here. We kind of tested the top end of this area of high volume, all of this price action and market structure over here. This might be all we need to do when we could just start to climb back up from here. I would have loved to find my way in long somewhere down below VWAP and around prior day's low. We didn't really get that yet. We didn't blast off, so we could still see something like this that gives me an opportunity to get long. I like it from down here. Obviously, price would be moving to the downside. I like it from down here because if I'm wrong, right, and I get a pretty wide stop loss, maybe 200-point stop loss or something outside of prior day's low, if I'm wrong, I'm dead wrong, right? We're selling off. Yeah. This is just going to continue. And I like to be dead wrong if I can on YM, if it's something I'm going to hold all damn day. For the short side, I don't know. If we climb all the way back up here, I don't know that I'd want it. If we come all the way back into this area, like the 48,800s on this new contract, I don't know that I would want it. I think that's already the push to the upside. The short play is probably right now as we broke to the upside. We're coming back down to test VWAP. I'm not gonna take that one with a stop right in here. That's just not looking beautiful for me, especially when I'm considering this market might climb today. But so I'm no trade for right now. I think if we pop a little bit farther, we test up here, we start to fail again, I could consider a short. It's not beautiful with a stop right in this area. I would have loved the longs. The longs could still set up. So I'm patient off the open on this one.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. It's so funny how different YM be trading these days. NQ and ES have just ripped to the downside immediately, which is, unfortunately, it is what I wanted to see, but it happened so quick that I just missed the trade, guys. I do see some people in the chat actually did print on that short. Sakuna booked 500, they said.
You were calling it out. We're busy here yapping, talking.
We're busy yapping. I mean, that's streamer life right there. I can't tell you how many times that happens now.
That's how it goes. Game. Yeah, but, I'm looking at ES. Yeah, dumping. Yeah, YM lives in its own world, man. It really.
I just see it as its own instrument. It's its own thing.
It is, man. NQ, ES, very correlated. Yes, YM's US indice. Yes, it's correlated a lot of time. It just seems to live in its own world. I don't find staring at the other ones to help me out too much. But looking at ES on the 1 minute, this is actually MES pushing the downside pretty aggressively right off the open. Again, if your guys' bias is longs, we're looking for that Santa rally. This is setting up for a more aggressive long play as we're turning to the downside here. I'm kind of curious to watch this on MES. I think I might have to leave this up because YM is going to take a while to do anything for me.
Do you like that about YM? Is that because I know you've been trading it a lot, right? Do you like that it's more isolated from the others?
Yeah, I do. I kind of just like the way that it moves in general. Again, I try to just go with what's paying me, with what works well. I traded US 30 a lot as a CFD coming into the futures market, and came back over to YM a handful of times, especially this year as ES was just really difficult to work with. I started actually just kind of testing on YM. I was doing some things on other prop firms. I really just didn't want to cross over. That was actually the honest initial reason for it, just to be on another instrument. And it's worked really well. So I brought it over to, pretty much everything that I'm doing in the futures market. I will say the trades that I have on YM, they're like one a day. I can't tell you the last time I took 2 trades on YM in one day. And I'm typically holding them like almost all damn day, all the way to a take profit or stop loss, unless that happens real quickly. If we go a lot of time where I'm just not getting a clean setup and, I know what my stuff looks like, there can be the question am I missing a lot of opportunities? Should I be looking at another instrument? It's always a tough question that we face as traders, but I also stream live, right? I make a lot of content. It's tough to do when I'm going no trade day after day. So, ES is kind of the one that I'm looking at, especially coming into the end of the year. I think again, taking my foot off the gas, maybe on YM where, that's my main bread and butter, where I'm really pushing it, putting on full risk. Maybe it's a good time to test some other things out, to, kind of review and see if there's other opportunities for you, if you can try to make something work, doing something else off the open. So that's been a little bit of ES for me the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I like that, man. I got to point this out. I'm going to go back to my screen real quick, guys. This is crazy. Oh my God. We haven't gotten a single pullback. I was hoping we were about to get a pullback into this 5-minute bearish gap. And I was going to look for maybe a little continuation short down here. Because for me, Zach, I still see one other target. And I had these pointed out on stream. We got these equal lows right here. I like to look for double tops, double bottoms to target. I use them as a draw on liquidity. So kind of what we framed out earlier, I was like, I do like the shorts for a few reasons. We're above the midnight open. I like to trade the midnight retracement. On top of that, we were above the previous day's point of control, and we hadn't yet engaged that level. That's my 80% setup. Those are my 2 favorite setups combined right now. So I loved the idea of shorting down to these levels. But now we've engaged both of them. So we engaged midnight, we engaged the previous day's point of control. There is one other potential target that could still make it makes sense to look for short continuation, and that is these equal lows.
Nice.
But this is where it gets tough because we now just tapped like a really strong intraday level for me, being the previous day's point of control. If we are going to get that Santa rally, like you were explaining, I actually do think we're on the higher time frame at a spot where we could get a real bounce, like for the next couple of days. We've had a pretty deep pullback on the higher time frame on this 4 hour. If you pull a fib retracement from the swing low to the swing high, we tapped the 50%. I usually like to look for at least a retracement of 50% of a move if we're going to look for that trend continuation on a higher time frame. We've done that. So I can see that, and that's one of the reasons why it's like I don't just want to keep trying to short down here at the lows right at these key levels. So maybe we get a bounce here and we can still get a move, that 5-minute gap. I'll consider a short there, but it's already lower probability. Like my main targets were taken in the first 5 minutes of the open. And that's just is what it is. One cool thing, someone in the chat, I think it was Erkan, mentioned, he was saying like he's been looking at the long idea and a short idea at the beginning of every morning before the open. No matter what his bias is, he's like, I want to frame out 2 ideas in different directions so that I can really look at both. I thought that was cool. So we did that. We did like a mental, I think it was a good mental practice and we did it. So for the long idea, I mentioned that maybe you engage that previous day's POC and you actually bounce here and start going higher, which we just got a nice bounce.
Yeah, I'm getting long right there, right as we were starting to bounce, just to give you the heads up. I'm taking an ES bounce. I love the analysis, man. I think it's solid.
I like it.
I'm in the longs on this one for a quick bounce back up towards VWAP. I'm not even gonna run a take profit on this one, but looking for a quick bounce here. Cracked lower, just like you said. I do think if we are gonna start this Santa rally, if we're gonna get some bullish action here, we've kind of dipped down. I could see this from a higher time frame being the spot to do it. I try not to carry too much of a high time frame bias in. But just on lower time frame price action here on ES and kind of like the idea for this trade, we're looking pretty bullish overnight, somewhat balanced, nothing too crazy. We push to the upside, crack down below VWAP. We retest this area of price action consolidation, yesterday's volume point of control. We hang out here for a little bit, right? And my entry is right as we're starting to push up, right? This was actually just a nice fill, honestly. We cracked right here, started to push to the upside. So I'm not looking for anything too crazy here. The way that I trade ES would be a little bit more tight as far as stop losses go, take profits go, stops to break even, that type of stuff. But I'm looking for a push back up to VWAP. Prior week's low, we've hung out. You can see this level has come into play multiple times here. So just a little bounce. I think if I'm wrong, we're coming through overnight low pretty aggressively down towards prior day low. And this could be, a pretty clean short play. So
what price is your VWAP at?
I've got, this is MES, by the way, 5 micros. This is 68, 60, almost in a half. I've got.
Okay, I like that a lot. You're not expecting, you're not looking for a new high day. You're just trying to catch that equilibrium.
Yeah, just a quick bounce right up. Kind of this mean reversion play right off the open. I'd like to see us get through this area of quiet price action, kind of low volume here for a quick crack right back up to VWAP prior week low. This kind of high volume node, if I'm looking at visible range volume profile, or even this area right here, it's yesterday's value area high. Would like to see that work. If not, again on these, I'm a little bit tighter with my moves, stop loss to break even and things like that. If we start to come through this low, I could consider clipping this one. But yeah, just a quick play. Again, nothing crazy on risk. For me on this account, I would allow myself a couple trades if I took a quick, $500 loss.
Honestly, I like it. I like the long a lot.
Yeah. So we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, I'm so torn here because the spot that we're at, if it is going to end up being a bullish day and that 930 move was just the sweep, the manipulation, this is a great spot to get long if we're going to be bullish today. So part of me wants to get into it as well. I don't like those equal lows below us. It's sketching me out a little bit.
Again, I think we could easily go to the downside here, right? And if we do test overnight low, this level down here could survive a little bit of a dip down. I will say if we pop through this high right here, I'm going to go stop loss to break even. Or as we start to challenge this high again, I'm going to go stop loss to break even. Because I'd like to see it go, right? The thesis is we bounce down here, not that we come down, continue making lower lows. Yeah, I'm gonna pull stop loss to break even right there.
Nice.
Break even +1. If it takes me out here, it takes me out here. I wanted to see this thing go immediately, right? We got a little bit of a test down here. Again, I'm playing this pretty tight. I want to see a break right back up, VWAP, and potentially this area up here. So, again, not a huge risk to reward either, right? So I try to take into consideration if I'm, gonna hold something on YM, right, with like $1,000 stop loss. I'm hoping to get $1,000 out of it, $1,500, a big push maybe to the upside or downside. Something like this, quick mean reversion play, right? I think there'll be another setup for me probably on ES, whether I take the stop or not.
Yeah.
So
what would you say? How important is risk reward to you these days? Has anything changed? Or do you pay attention to it at all?
No, not in the traditional sense. And I know you don't as much either. You're more comfortable with, allowing things to be a negative risk to reward. This looks like I'm gonna take the break even. But yeah, not nearly as much in the traditional sense. I typically do what I'm doing right now where I don't run a fixed take profit. I'm out for break even on this one. We'll see if we come right through the high. I typically don't run a fixed risk to reward, no fixed take profit level. I just let the market
take profit. Okay.
Yeah, no fixed take profit, right? I have areas that I'm looking for, but I do want to allow myself to be on the right side of these big pushes to the upside. Especially on things like YM if I can. But yeah, I think most of us starting out, we are taught you have to have winners be 2 to 3 times larger than your losers, right? You have to run this big positive risk to reward. That's the way to make money. And it's just not exactly the case, right? It's not as simple as that. There's a combination of win rate and risk to reward for everybody that's going to be that magic number to create some positive EV. But I try in general, at least like what I was doing on this trade, is to say, as I'm in the trade, and I don't love stop loss to break even, to be completely honest. Most of the guys that watch me trade know I hardly ever go. What I'm doing here on ES on the 1 minute, I'm definitely going to be more conservative with it. But, in a situation like this, right, $500 stop loss, if I know I want to be in, I know I want to catch the long back towards VWAP if we're going to do it, maybe back up here. At best, I understand about how much I'm going to capture. As we start to push to the upside, I have to ask myself, like, is now my thesis I'm comfortable with this happening and I'm still going to take profit right in here? Is it worth it to leave on a stop loss that wide? So,
yeah.
So
it's nuanced for you.
It's nuanced. It's discretionary, right? I am a discretionary trader. I always try to talk about that. There's going to be a lot of context that comes in, right? Not only price action, market structure, volume, a little bit of what's... Go ahead.
When you're taking a trade, you're taking a trade based off the information you have that's right in front of your eyes. There's the candles have printed to a certain degree that gives you enough information that says you want to take a trade. But as you stay in that trade, more candles print, which means more information comes in, which can change your decision. So I totally subscribe to that as well. Not that there's any right or wrong, but personally, I find it hard to believe in a purely systematic strategy if you're the person that's manually pressing buy and sell. If you have a bot and you have a bunch of data tested, like maybe that's a different situation. But I know a lot of people that try to trade systematically, but they're manually pressing buy and sell. It makes no sense to me because information is constantly changing, which is informing your decision making. I think that's where a lot of people's edge is, at least that's where mine is, to be able to make quick decisions in the moment.
Agree, 100%. I talk about it a lot. I am also not a believer in 100% objective, rules-based, systematic approach. I just haven't ever been able to make it work myself. I haven't seen it work.
Nice.
Yeah, it sounds really nice. I wish we could do that and kick back. So, yeah, I think discretion is interesting. You can't really, teach it or be able to just buy it. It comes from time on the charts. This looks like we're going to try it. Comes from time on the charts, comes from experience. And I think for anybody listening, because it was always abstract to me, I think you have to decide where you're going to allow yourself discretion, right? How much? Is it going to be within entries where you're actually going to, take your trade? Is it going to be on trade management, which I think can be pretty useful? But have an understanding and kind of pre-plan. Like for me on YM, I don't allow myself that many inputs with trade management, really at all. I set my fixed stop loss, no fixed take profit. I have an idea, and really the only discretion I allow for trade management, for example, there is to, outside of like some really infrequent situations where we're just absolutely making crazy, movements against my position. I really don't go stop loss to break even. I don't close the trade out for a partial loss before the stop loss. I just let it rip and I hold on to it until we hit that take profit area or stop loss, right? Or I get timed out into the end of the day. For ES, for example, lower time frames, more aggressive, more zoomed in. I'm allowing myself the discretion to do what I just did, right? Go stop loss to break even, clip a trade, early if it's moving against me, take profit, at whatever point that I see fit based on market generated information. And then I think what you do with that is you review, right? You go back, you look at all your trades for anybody listening, if you're going to do this, and say, hey, me applying my discretion here is helping, or me applying my discretion here is not helping. And what kind of input can I change, right? Like this is probably going to be another one that I file under going stop loss to break even. It didn't help me today, right? So, I will watch as these continue to play out, right? As I did on YM for quite a while. Going to get more comfortable back on ES here. This was my entry somewhere right around here on this. And if I say, hey, look, when I go back and review, I went stop loss to break even. As we pushed up, we came down. We just needed to retest. We didn't even come back down below this low. I now clipped a winning trade at break even, that would have given me some nice profit. Maybe you find that, more often than not, 70, 80% of the time, this is what happens. And then only, 20% of the time are you saving yourself a full stop out, right? You kind of just apply that to your trading. I know that's a rant, but I will say one more thing. Yeah. The more discretion you apply, the more difficult it is to maintain consistency. Yes. So it's a double-edged sword. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Like with everything in trading, the more discretion you allow yourself, the harder it is to apply the consistency that we need day over day over day in these very random on the short-term markets. So from a beginner standpoint, a lot of people starting out, I think a little bit more mechanical, especially when it comes to structuring risk, structuring take profits, can be helpful. And then as you gain more experience, right, as you get more comfortable, you have more confidence in yourself, your emotional control, your psychology, right? You take a break even, the market rips, you don't freak out and overtrade like something crazy. Maybe you decide where to write in. I think I could help myself out by allowing, more discretion on these. So.
And guys, I didn't want to cut Zach off. I did switch to my screen. I did just take a long, but here's the thing, and this is where it's discretionary. This is not where I'm going to let the market go down to. If we get a 1 minute closure, but beneath this inversion, I'm going to cut the trade. We're going to see if we get a 1 minute closure below this level, I got to cut it, which it might happen. But I think it was worth a shot here. I didn't get the best entry, but let's see. I'm really just hoping to see a move up to this 5 minute fair value gap.
Nice.
It's a nice 5 minute candle. That 5 minute engulfing candle looks pretty good, but a lot of momentum to the downside here. So
yeah, I'm curious from a higher time frame what we do, right? We're coming into that end of the year, right? This is the last really good week of trading in my book before we got Christmas next week and New Year's the week after.
Yeah.
Do we just chop around here? Do we get that Santa rally after a pullback from all-time highs? We
had it last year. We got a Santa rally last year.
I know. So I've kind of tried to prepare myself, like be ready for that slow grind where we just do what we did. Like that's kind of what I was playing to. Right off the open, we just get a little dip down, and then the rest of the day is just this slow. And sometimes it's so hard to get into. You just sit there and watch it. But I don't know, man. I don't know if we see a not the Santa rally. We all get a bag of coal this year.
Maybe
it could be, but we got through most of the news for for this week. I think it's we got a couple good days left. We'll have to see.
Guys, this 1 minute gap, it's looking pretty heavy. So that's the toughest one because we technically inversed it, but barely. So, okay, I'm about to get ready to close this one. Let me give it a second, see if it gets above that gap again. Let's see. Also, be careful, guys. Someone, I don't know if it's just them, but some people in the chat are saying Project X is down again.
Yeah, guys, I'm reading that. I'm not having an issue just yet. I'm comparing data against. I've got Bookmap open on the other screen, and we look good. We don't look delayed. But what are you guys seeing in chat?
Yeah, let me know, because Project X looks fine for me at the moment.
Yeah. No, are you out of that one?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm
watching
watching ES.
Yeah, man. The Project X thing has been challenging to deal with for sure.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about that in a moment. Even yesterday, man, like I tried to take a short in the morning, and Project X ended up being down, so I couldn't take my trade. I guess no harm, no foul, but there's still kind of harm because I missed a winning trade that would have brought me closer. Like now it's very unrealistic that I'll have this payout secured by Friday, because it's Wednesday now. I need like $1,500 more dollars. But if I took that win, it would have been like a $400 winning trade. I would have been a lot closer. Maybe I could have gotten this payout by the end of the week. So it does still kind of mess you up. Like some people, trading is a pure hobby and it's just annoying. Other people, it's like, it is our income, man. Like, we can't just have the platforms we use just go down once a week.
I was
really
no
brutal.
trade all, this is my Top 1 Futures pre-live account, right? I was no trade all day, right? In the main account that I'm trading live with everybody. I got live accounts on other platforms, right? I got the IBs and stuff. But it's tough. And even other sim accounts, they're actually all on Project X. So just to note, I'm reading it. I hopped into Top Step. Their announcements. We're receiving reports that some traders are running into unexpected behavior with their ability to log in and connect.
Today.
You may notice right now. Yeah,
right
10.
now.
This is 10 a.m. today. You may notice you're unable to execute a trade if you're experiencing issues. We recommend you pause. Our team is investigating. Thank you for your understanding. Please note, there's no need to contact. Yeah, so I'm not seeing it on my end. I'm not seeing it in Top 1 Futures Discord.
Me neither.
Some people are asking, but dude. I don't want to take away, so jump in as soon as you're managing this one, or
we're still managing. It came back up to my entry and was looking good for a moment, but now if we get another closure below this gap, I got to cut it for a small loss. So let's give it a second, guys. And at that point, I'm thinking we do end up coming for those equal lows. It's just, I don't know. I really feel pretty conflicted on the overall bias here.
Yeah,
I really do. I could see the upside, at least to that gap. I could see us just, maybe it's a pure sell day and we go down to those equal lows right away.
Yeah, looking on ES, the way I'm reading this now is, I still think we pop above VWAP and we hit VWAP. I think we pop above and we give me my actual exit area where I would have liked for this trade, and I get the file under no stop loss to break even ever. But I'm curious to see, right? Because we sold off at the open. We got a break of that like 15-minute orb to the downside that a lot of people look at. We're pulling back up. Do we pull back up to VWAP, prior week low, kind of value area high from yesterday, and then start to dump it? We go and challenge overnight low, prior day low. Like if we start to head south aggressively here, I could see this definitely turning into a down day.
Totally.
I look at Bookmap a bit more on ES. I'm always a little cautious around rollover. It just gets a little funky. But pretty heavy, pretty heavy negative cumulative volume delta on ES, negative 7,000 since from where I have it anchored pretty early this morning. But this could go either way from here. Again, I don't have a super strong bias. When I don't have a super strong bias, and I think maybe we go either way, I try to do what I'm doing right now. Sit on my hands, just wait patiently to see.
Yeah.
If we blast through the highs, obviously my trade was a good entry. I was out for break even. If we turn to the downside here after testing VWAP, we get some momentum, I could see this short. If we really aggressively start to come to challenge this current low towards overnight low, I could see this short. But it could be if I take that, could be getting chopped up, right? We could absolutely just kind of put this back and forth day in. Yesterday was pretty choppy.
Yesterday was brutal.
Dude, you guys on NQ, I don't know how you dealt with that. I took a screenshot. It was gnarly. It was gnarly chop.
Speaking of which, just update on my trade. Once again, was coming in a profit, but just falling right back down. I'm starting to like this less and less unless we just blast off right here. This gap needs to hold, guys. If not, I'm cutting it for the small L. I'm starting to feel like we're gonna lose it. I think we're gonna have to cut it because a lot of chop right here. This gap is trying to hold, but I don't know if it's going to hold long term. Also, there was a good question in here because I think a lot of people are trying to move over to TradeAvate, TradingView. Someone asked, what is a good firm to use TradeAvate with? Do you have any recommendations, Zach?
Yeah, I'm biased because I'm partner and affiliated, which I always like to start out with, being transparent. But Top One Futures, I think if you're looking for an instant funded prop firm specifically, I think Top One is really, really, really competitive. I like their instant funded accounts. If you were going to choose between the 3 different instant funded, straight to funded ones they have, but really, really competitive when you look at rules, pricing, what you have to do to get paid out. They are now offering TradeAvate, NinjaTrader, and TradingView, which is pretty sweet. We can work ourselves off of Project X with the issues that we're having again today. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it, man. I'm gonna say before I jump into that, because I'll go a little bit further. Give my 2 cents. I'm looking at this short, man. I'm waiting to see right here, right now. If we continue this turn to the downside, I'm looking at this short on ES. I think we're gonna make a little bit of a decision here. Either we're gonna crack right through VWAP and come back up to challenge overnight high, or we sell off. It's from the middle of this range, this area here. But I actually do like this for a short play. Similar structure, maybe like a 20-point stop, $500 worth of risk. I'm not dead wrong if I'm wrong, but I'm going to take this bad boy short.
Let's do it, man. Let's have a little battle right here.
Yeah, I don't mean to fade you, right? And
no,
you know, I don't think I am different instruments, right? We can easily see differences between ES and NQ. Saw a lot of that even this year, where all 3 were just NQ would be dumping off the open, ES would be chilling at VWAP, NQ's down like hundreds of ticks, and then YM is taking off like a rocket. So
it's definitely been happening more recently.
Yeah, very disconnected, all of those. Again, I don't, someone asked in chat earlier, you know, Zach, what's correlated to YM? What do you use? I don't really trade with a lot of correlation or lack of correlation, divergences. It's just not my style. I try to just focus on the chart in front of me. Right now, I'm swapping between, you know, ES and YM a little bit. So I'd be lying if I said I also wasn't paying attention to what's going on YM. But, you know, really nothing. I mean, YM seems to just live in its own world. ES and NQ I find to be much, much more correlated in general. But this year especially, man, I think, you know, if you're trying to watch one as a leader and one as a follower in that kind of traditional sense, that could have been a tough trade for you. So, yeah, so for me on this one, just to frame the trade real quick, pretty simple, right? We open up to the downside, retest VWAP. We find sellers again here on low time frames. Decision-making point, if we start to come down, I think we crack overnight low, I catch a win. If we are going to retest VWAP and then come back above, I'm wrong. We're at least not selling off right here, right now at 10:10 a.m. We're pushing back up to the upside. We're going to go and hang out, you know, above value area high from yesterday. We're going to go and challenge maybe overnight highs. And I'm wrong. So, you know, a good way to structure risk. No predictive power with the tools that I'm using. You know, nothing too crazy. I think the downside of a trade like this now that I'm trying could start to get chopped, right? If we just do this all day, you know, taking these style of trades, these shorter time frame trades, with tighter stops, at least what I would consider tighter stops. I think other people would go 20 points is not a tight stop, Zach. But stuff like this, you know, can happen and you take some losses, right? So I'm comfortable with that happening. Obviously, if I'm just dead wrong and we don't chop, but we just blast off from here, it is this bullish move. I'm wrong, right? Take my stop out, move on, and, you know, look for a follow-up trade. One thing I'll note for anybody watching, I will allow myself multiple trades with this type of trading, right? For YM, the guys that know me, or guys and girls that watch, I'm pretty much one trade, you know, hold on to it all damn day. You know, if I take a stop, I'm done. That's it. These are tighter. You know, I expect probably a lower hit rate with this style. Yeah. So I'm going to account for that by decreasing risk a little bit.
So you'll do where, you know, you cut a trade for a quick paper cut, but you're willing to get back in, that type of thing.
Yep. And again, just trying my hand back at ES again. I'm just finding not great structure and opportunity on my main bread and butter, which is YM. And if I have some time over the next couple of weeks, which I'm going to be live trading, streaming, all this type of stuff, I'd like to be able to attempt to get some trades on, you know, structure some stuff. So that's kind of the thought process here on ES.
What would you say your if 20-point stop is tight for you? Which honestly, these days it is a bit of a tight stop. Like I'm similar with you, man. A 20-point stop is kind of tight on NQ these days. What's a usual stop and what's a usual like take profit for you? Do you have a usual amount?
Yeah, for YM, I can kind of frame it a little better on YM. I'll be able to see the P&L if this starts to run or do anything crazy. But on YM, I'm typically trading really off the 15-minute chart, like strictly off the 15-minute chart. And I'll run it on average a 200-point stop loss. Now, YM stops and points and ticks. It's 1 full point, right? So you could say that's not
By
exactly
the way, guys,
same.
I cut my trade right there.
Gotcha. We starting to get a little movement on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching that P&L move around. But, you know, if I'm running a 200-point stop, something like this on YM, you know, that's the larger part of the day, right? Like maybe I'm trading from the extremes and I'm really going to need to capture 200, 250, 300 points to make it a winner. I find, you know, around that stop loss level to keep me in a trade for quite a while, unless I'm just getting my face ripped off. So, you know, that the 200 point on YM, I think is fairly wide, right? I'm not scalping. I'm on the 15-minute chart.
200 points or 200 tick?
Points and ticks, because YM is equal. YM's
is
equal.
it? I didn't even know that.
Yeah. YM's the only one. There's no quarter of a
That's
point.
how little I know about YM, man.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's the black sheep, man. Nobody's on it. But you know, that it's a whole point is 1 tick on YM. But yeah, so 200 point, 200 tick. Let's see. We got coming back through this one to challenge a move to the upside. Let's see. But yeah, again, I think it just depends on style, your preference, how you want to trade, right? If I'm gonna take multiple trades, I got to allow myself, you know, the room to do that. I have to accept it. So, but again, it's all preference and subjective, right? Someone could say, no, dude, a 20-point, you know, stop loss on ES is super tight. That's scalping. That's crazy. I run a 200-point stop loss, or, you know, something like that. Another person might say that's insane. I run a 5-point, you know, or 3 points. It's all subjective.
It's all relative for sure. Yeah, so, man, a lot of chop right here. No clear direction after that.
I honestly don't love this one. We're coming back down. We're starting to get some momentum. We're kind of holding here. I'm considering clipping this one. We'll have to see. I don't want to be too quick to the jump. I was pretty quick to stop loss to break even on that one. I want to give this thing a second here, but we're just really not getting that initial direction. We got to stop a break and retest, right, of a VWAP. Still putting higher lows in here, failing to continue the downside. That was looking a little wiggly. Got some buyers stepping in. I still like overall that we haven't been able to jump right back up. I think this is going to be decision-making time, right? If we come back up to VWAP and above, I think I'm going to be out real quick for a stop. If we turn back to the downside to challenge these lows, I think we're headed back down towards overnight low. Could give me a little bit of profit right down towards this level.
Yeah, this is like no man's land right here. It's like you could, if you're long, you want to position yourself down towards the lows of that range like you're doing, or if you're short, you're positioning yourself at the top. And you just got to see which way it plays out here. Yeah,
I see myself holding on to this one. I'll tell you, like, if we come back through the highs, I don't have a trade. I'm obviously on the wrong side of that move. If we sell off, I'm not going to long it. So it also kind of gets to this if-then process. Like, okay, if I clip it here for 0 and we move either direction, then not only, you know, I'm flat still, which is okay if I don't have good direction, but now I don't have a setup at all. So I think I'm going to leave this one. If I take an L on this one or a win on this one, I don't know that I'm going to get another. So I'm probably just going to leave this one on.
I like your short. I like it at this point. NQ's looking heavy. It looks like it wants to take another swipe down.
We shall see. But yeah, I'll yap about Project X for a minute.
Yeah, please do. I want to get your, because here's the thing. I was talking about this on chat. You were a big Project X guy. Like, you were like a Project X purist. You loved the platform, and I know a lot of people love it for good reason. It has a great UI, great user interface, risk settings. All that stuff is great. Personally, it was never my favorite platform. I always liked Trade-Evade because, I don't know, something about Project X for me felt a little bit video game-ish, like the way that, which I don't know. I know that it's really simple to use, so beginners really like it for that reason. Trade-Evade could look a little, intimidating. But I've just noticed from day one, even before these problems were happening, I got better fills, better execution, just all in all with Trade-Evade. So I always preferred Trade-Evade, but now especially it's like I just want to be pure Trade-Evade.
Yeah, man. I was, like you said, I was definitely one of the guys that got comfortable on Project X as soon as it launched, and I really liked almost everything about it, right? I'll start from there. I like the UI. I like the TradingView chart. Like I was a born and raised a TradingView guy, and I think if you were, from Trade-Evade or Ninja Trader or something from the beginning, you've probably always loved that. I love the risk settings. I'm gonna start with all the positive, right? Like all this stuff was really solid, and I've been using it primarily for prop trading up until recently. And even with the fills and stuff, I've defended that a lot. It's just become way too unreliable for me personally. And I'll also preface this saying, like, I don't care to talk about prop firm drama. I don't care to talk about drama at all. The CEO fighting, this and that. Like, that's not what this is about at all. There has to be a point where we discuss what is a reliable platform for us to trade, right? And unfortunately, Project X has just become extremely unreliable. I mean, the amount of issues that they've had that have been major outages are, in my book, just now completely unacceptable. I think I'll also preface it by saying, look, every platform is going to have an issue, right? Yes. At a certain point, Trade-Evade's going to go down, Rhythmic's going to have issues, right? Like other things have issues. But if it's getting to a point where it's every single week that, like yesterday, we're down in the middle of the main trading session all day. And like you said, maybe this is just annoying if it's a little hobby or something on the fun, but if it's your bread and butter and this is really what you're doing, and you've invested time and energy to be building and scaling accounts, and now you are paying attention to these accounts, you can't trade at all. One of the last good trading days of the year, like that's frustrating. Even worse if you were in trades and you got taken out, you lost profit, you had to restart, whatever it is. So for me, it's going to be moving over to Trade-Evade and TradingView. If you guys don't know the whole history up until this point, weeks ago, I think about a month ago, Project X essentially said no more support for any other prop firms at all. So Top 1 Futures is losing it. This account that I'm on, will not be the same come February.
By February, right? So if you guys are on Project X right now, you still got time. But I would recommend, because they're even accepting purchases for Project X until what, the 31st?
Yeah, so Top 1 Futures just rolled this out, their timeline yesterday, which was up until the end of this month, December 31st, you can still purchase Project X accounts. You can trade them all the way up until the middle of February. I think it's February 16th. I don't want to get the exact date wrong. You're able to purchase Ninja Trader and TradingView Trade-Evade accounts right now, but come February, middle of February, you're going to be forced migration over. They haven't said that you can optionally swap over yet. Hopefully there's an option for that for people that are, stuck and want to swap over quicker. But that's kind of just the honestly, like, as I saw that start to happen, I was really disappointed because I like the platform. But it's just gotten to a point now where we have to consciously make a decision as traders, right? Like, what are we going to accept as reasonable reliability? And at a certain point, we can't complain or be upset when the whole thing goes down, because it's gone down every other week, right? It's starting to become like an expectation. So tough to see. Hopefully it improves. I've lost all faith and trust as far as reliability goes. Again, I don't dispute all of the positive things, but all of that is completely useless to me if it's down every single week, right? It just is. Exactly. It's just not acceptable. So yeah, for me, I'm going to be on Trade-Evade, probably through TradingView. That's going to be my game plan.
So a lot of people have, like, for some reason, they get really confused by the way the copy trader works with Trade-Evade. It's, in my opinion, it's actually extremely simple. You just need to watch like 1 5-minute YouTube video and you'll figure it out. But maybe that's something, like, you make a lot of content, Zach. Maybe that's something you're going to make, like a copy trading Trade-Evade YouTube video, right? Yeah,
I think I will, because I've gone through and I started to make, how to trade on TradingView, just going over some of the basic like trade functions. How to connect a Trade-Evade account to TradingView. But I'll definitely look at like copy trading, different do's and don'ts, tips and tricks, things like that.
By the way, guys, Zach's YouTube channel is linked in the description of this video if you want to check it out. He has a ton of good content on there, but I know you do a lot of like really helpful stuff as well, like that, like platform tutorials, how to copy trade, all that stuff. And he just linked
for sure.
Just
threw it. Just threw it in the chat as well. That's me, guys. Real Deal Futures on YouTube. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate you. RealDealZach on X and IG if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, I try to do a lot of the tutorial stuff, just things that I think could be helpful. But yeah, I think it's going to be a decent swap over trading on a trading view chart. I'm not going to mind that. I will say I try to talk objectively, right? Always the upsides and downsides. You get to use your custom indicators, custom scripts, whatever you want to use, setting alerts, all that type of stuff. The trading card, the way you can trade on there is really, really sweet. The one thing that I just noticed that I can't get rid of is a split second of lag on a trading view chart itself.
Yeah, if you're executing directly on trading view, there's a tiny lag.
Yes, split second of lag. Watching this thing come back up. I'm gonna hold on to this one. Like I said, I think we're gonna make a decision here. If we just want to build a base and bounce right back up, go crack this high, I'm probably gonna be out. My invalidation point is where it needs to be. If we're gonna pull this big choppy movement, I'm gonna take the L on this one, but I'm gonna hold on to it. I would have loved to see us turn right here, but I'm gonna allow it to dance around a VWAP a little bit. We come through to the upside. It's gonna be dicey to survive a move back up above VWAP with a stop here, but again, I don't have just the complete inverse of my trade would obviously be a win if we climb up there, but I'm not going to have a long or short play from right in here. It would probably be a little bit later into the session, so for those reasons, I'm leaving it on. I'm gonna see if we can't get the test of overnight low and maybe a break.
Yeah, we're in a tough spot here. It's just been pure chop since that fall off.
Overall, if you're not in a trade, looking at this now, not terrible to the downside, but this is choppy, right? This is really back and forth now over the last, almost hour of time here.
Also, one last thing in regards to the lag with trading view and trade evade. If you guys are copy trading, which I'm always copy trading on my trade evade accounts, you do have to execute directly through the trade evade platform. That's one of it's the only way the copy trader works. Now, some people don't like that because they want to directly execute through TradingView. But what I will say is the execution time and speed through the Trade of 8 platform itself is instantaneous. So you get the best execution possible, better than Project X, better than any other platform I've used. So you just have to get used to executing directly through the Trade of 8 platform, which is really not bad. You get used to it and it becomes very easy to use.
Yep. Definitely. Again, I don't want to like throw a wrench in anybody's gear. I do think Trade of 8 itself super solid, right? Like it's not my forte just because I don't know it. Ooh, this is looking decent.
Yeah, it's looking much better now for you.
Now we got a decision-making point, right? We're gonna come through this lows after we get that gnarly retest. We blast through this high. I'm cooked. But so far a nice reaction like that's looking pretty good.
I think it's gonna work for you.
We'll see shortly here. But yeah, no, Trade of 8 itself, like ton of automated trade management features, definitely a more advanced platform, right? Like more robust platform. And the way that everything functions and prints on Trade of 8 is extremely fast, really, really fast. So, there's a split second lag, which is the only really negative thing I could say about a TradingView chart and trading directly from TradingView, and that lag that you get just from routing through two softwares. Right now I'm executing on TradingView, has to get sent through to Trade of 8. So there is that layer. I think for me, that's the route that I'm going to start with, just because it's what I stare at all day. It's the the tools that I use, and completely changing the chart that I'm reading, I think could be a pretty big negative effect. So I'm gonna go that route. But yeah, I don't think you guys should shy away from checking out NinjaTrader or NinjaTrader or Trade of 8 itself, all these T names.
So for me, it's like the same. I mean, you do all your analysis and execute all of your analysis as well on Project X. You don't look at your TradingView chart.
TradingView, I do. I look at a TradingView chart often, and I set alerts on TradingView when I step away. All of that. So I always have everyone to the side.
Essentially, I do all of my analysis on TradingView. All I'm using Tradivate for is hitting the buy and sell button and placing my stop and limit order. And I still have it connected to TradingView, so I still get to see my position, watch it, analyze it on the TradingView screen. Like Tradivate is literally just there for me to execute my positions. That's it.
Nice. Yeah, that's sweet. And a lot of guys from the Forex world, I think, are like that, right? It's all charting and set up on TradingView and then executing on the platform.
When you're forced to use MetaTrader 5.
Oh my gosh, man. Dude, don't take me back. Listen, this is still Project X, even in its current form, is still an angel compared to MT4. So funny. I have old live trading videos when I was just getting started putting out content from MT4 with it going down. I have like $1,600 in profit running. I'm like, oh no, guys, I got to restart my whole computer. It's down. It's locked out. But yeah, man, I think like here's what we could take from this, or at least this is what I would, try to bring it full circle with everybody on this switch, this change that we have to make. Trading itself is very dynamic. Where the markets are going to continue to change. The opportunities are going to continue to change even faster than the markets when it comes to different prop firms, rules, platforms. The traders that I see and what I try to do, the guys that are here the longest and do the best, they're very flexible. They're adaptable. They are able to, identify the changes that are being made and continue to shift as different things happen, right? As changes happen. Like a bunch of people right now are talking about the NASDAQ trading 23 hours a day, how that's going to affect the markets, what that's going to do. There's always something. Everybody talking about options and zero DTEs, people talking about algos like decades ago. There's always going to be something that's changing the markets, that's changing opportunities with prop firms, platforms, everything. Try not to get too set in your ways and too frustrated when these things happen, and just try to be flexible. Try to maintain that flexibility and almost expect it, right? The longer you go, I think the more you get conditioned for that, because, as someone that came from Forex and CFD prop firms all the way over, changing markets, changing platforms, rules, like, you kind of get more comfortable with it. But the markets are always going to change. Opportunities with prop firms, platforms, everything in between is going to change. So, just be prepared for that and try to identify the best opportunities for you personally, which are always going to be different than, anybody you're watching, me included, and leverage it, leverage it to the best of your abilities, right? Play to your strong suits, but be ready to change, right? Be ready to adjust and adapt as things, move forward.
You got to roll with the punches, man.
100%. So watching this thing retest VWAP again. I was looking nice to the downside here. Like I said, here comes decision-making time. I think if we come through this high, this is going to be lights out for me. Again, I'm holding on. It's just too much chop. I would have been stopped at break even
really
1,000
brutal.
times.
Really brutal.
So I'm going to, we start to do this. You can make a decision, take it off because it didn't play out right away, or hold on, go for your, more full take profit or stop loss. And that's what I'm going to do in this situation. Just a bunch of chop in this one. I'm right in the middle of it. Stop on the outside. We'll see. Do I get the shorts correct, or are we going to pop to the upside before we break out of this 1 hour, 20-point range that we've had here on ES?
2 days in a row like this, man. The London session has been cooking the last 2 days. That's been the best session of the day.
Yeah, dude, this was super gnarly yesterday. YM here for the main, NQ for the main session. This was wild. I went back, and that's an account killer, man. That's an account killer.
I ended up feeling blessed at the end of the day that I couldn't trade, because that's just disgusting, man.
Honestly, if there was a day, it's probably this. Maybe you're a range trader and you get cooked on trend days, but dude, breaking highs from pre-market here, coming all the way down, breaking lows, all the way back up, breaking 15-minute highs. We finally break to the downside here at 1 o'clock, and then what do? We come right through the high. Like, just an expansion day. That's a gnarly one for anybody that trades directionally. Just tough, man. So again, read the market to the best of your abilities. If you're finding there's not a lot of opportunity, we're coming into the end of the year, size down, don't trade, just take it easy. I think trying to force it through stuff like this, dude, is just super painful. And you don't have to, right? Make yourself available, focus up, be on the chart, schedule your time, and if there's no opportunity, or you take maybe 1 or 2 L's, just call it, wrap it up, call it a day.
It's over, man. Yeah, you don't need to force yourself to trade the worst price action ever.
For sure. That's it's easier said than done, and I can't always do it myself. I'll always say that it sucks to sit there and go no trade, or to maybe take a couple losses and then end it. But depending on how what your trade frequency is, if you're typically taking 5 trades a day or 1 trade a day. But man, a big strong suit, really big strong suit that we could try to develop as traders, and I know it's helped me a lot this year, is patience. Is just not trying to force it in conditions that are just not good for you, or to put a trade on when there's not an entry for you there, right? And just wasting those units of risk on the bad trades, taking bad losses. You're not able to press the winners. You're not able to survive through the normal downturn where you have to take good losses, and you end up blowing an account in straight chop in December. That type of deal.
Yeah. Well, again, it goes back to 90% of the time, we're really just treading water, guys. As sad as it is to say, it is the truth. At least that's my experience with trading.
Yep.
You're surviving until, for whatever the reason is, you're either the market conditions are just working really well for your particular strategy. Maybe it's your mindset. Maybe it's a mix of both of these things. Whatever the reason is, you're trading really well. You just got to be able to exploit that, because you're going to come back to just grinding it out. That's how it is most of the time.
Yep. I love that tweet. I mean, again, it's a little clickbaity. He had some fun stuff on there, but
yeah,
that's really what it looks like for me. And I think most traders, again, I don't want to overgeneralize, because there's guys out there that are incredibly consistent day over day, really high win rate stuff. And maybe it doesn't look like it for them, but for most, we have a lot of these back and forth, break even, treading water. We're going to have some red where we're just not executing well, or the market's just not agreeing with us. And then you're going to have times where where it's straight wins, you can't seem to take an L, and you got to press it. But where most traders go wrong, I think, again, it comes back to the psychology, emotional stuff that nobody ever wants to talk about. It's not being able to sit patient. It's not being able to just take your back-to-back losses when you have to take your back-to-back losses without doing something stupid and full porting the account, pressing it because we want some end goal, and just to say it's chopping. I'm trading my breakouts the way that I'm supposed to, because I don't know if it's going to chop until it chops. And, if we have a nice sell-off, maybe we catch something. But man, we have to survive. You have to survive the stuff in between. I say, don't do anything stupid, because it's kind of what it feels like. Don't come to do anything stupid. And if you can do that, if you can be patient enough to just allow yourself the time in the market for your edge to play out, you can first figure out whether you have one or not, because we're usually cooking ourselves before we even have the data to support it or not support it. And that you can start to turn a profit. It's simple. It's easier said than done, for sure.
Perfectly said, man. Yeah, I can't even add anything to that. So, I mean, bro, your trade's looking like it's going to play out. It's looking good now.
We're trying coming down through these lows, coming down towards these lows on ES. Again, I'm not looking to make this a home run. As I'm watching this come lower, again, no stop loss to break even yet. As I'm watching this come lower, I'm debating if I want to grab a quick profit around overnight low, which is a strong level outside of it just being tested here. It was kind of a key level from prior day. It's right at value area low from yesterday. I'm trying to make that decision whether I want to grab it here, or maybe run stop loss to break even, make it risk free, see if we can't get a farther push down towards prior day low. I think for the sake of this trade, if we turn around from here, I'm still holding on to it. I think for the sake of this trade, I'm going to hold on to this one.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. We're getting a little bit of a push. I'm going to hold on to this one. I'm going to go stop loss to break even now. Break even +1. Make it another risk-free trade. If we have this choppy back and forth structure and I take a couple break evens, it is what it is, man. Again, I'm trading tighter. I sat through a ton of chop on this one. I don't want to see us come back to this high volume node. I want to see us go. My decision now is, do I want to clip this and it potentially runs? I'm debating whether I really think we're gonna rip lower here.
Dude, that trade is looking nice right now.
Watching this on Bookmap. Yeah, we're dropping off on CVD. I'm thinking I'm gonna just grab a profit on this one right here around overnight low. Could be the banger, right, where we just dump lower. If that's gonna be the case, I think we could see a pullback. I'm waiting for a little bit more of a push lower. Can we push a little bit lower?
This is such a good example of everything you were just preaching with patience, bro. Instead of like cutting your trade because it wasn't looking perfect right from the beginning, you just sat there, you had a thesis, you played out your idea with a clear, defined risk, and you held the trade. Look at it now.
Yo, I'm grabbing this one here. Right here at look at that. We got the applause going today, guys.
Man.
got the applause going today. Yeah, no, patience, right? Patience through some chop. Just to touch on this real quick, because I think we could see it go, could see it come right back up. When I make a decision like that, as we all do with traders, we gotta accept, hey, this might absolutely dump today, right? And I have to say, I'm comfortable with my $417 P&L after a break even and a win, and this could have turned into a huge trade, right? I think for the most part, you want to decide on the front end, like what you're going to do, whether you're going to be a hold to the moon or to hell, or to take your trades, at some nice, reasonable levels, base hits. I'm comfortable with that one. I do think if I was going to hold this thing for the big drop lower, right, looking on a higher time frame, I probably shouldn't have a stop loss right here, right? The trade's really not invalidated, and I wouldn't want to have it here. I'd probably want to have it really, really wide, right? Like I'm short from in here, and I'll finish up the rant. I'm short from in here. I probably would want to leave that stop loss where it is or even higher because I'm targeting, a big sell-off, right? So why am I going to be out in here? But yeah, man, simple stuff. Happy to catch a little win on ES.
PFM, let's go.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, happy to catch it on stream for sure. Nothing crazy, nothing to write home about, but those base hits, man, keeping things reasonable, that adds up. That adds up quick. My people in chat, adds up real quick.
Yeah, W's in the chat for Zach, man. He caught it, and it's still going, man. But I think you had a good exit right there. I think you had a really good exit.
I think, again, this is a key level. Prior day low is a key level. I think if we start to break here, again, we could really aggressively move to the downside. That's why I talk about that as soon as I hop out. I'm comfortable now. I have to accept this thing could dump, right? I'm not going to be able to chase. I'm not going to find a way in. CVD is still looking pretty heavy if you're looking to the short side on this, but I think we could easily find buyers at overnight low, and I really wouldn't want to allow this to come all the way back up here on me. So take my profit, move on. Maybe I look for something later into the session, another trading opportunity, not try to capture the entire move here on ES. And
yeah, sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Man, shout out. Amazing trade, bro. I love the patience. You held it. You believed in your idea. You just didn't freak out. Just let it work and took your profits, man. Also, I gotta say this. Check this out, guys. Hold on. Let me go to my email. I'm going to go to my screen.
Uh-oh. We're getting approval in here?
Approval.
Yeah. Get the claps going. Get the claps going.
I got to get a stream deck so I can do this in real time. Hold on. Here we go. So we got $500 times 12 accounts, so you can see all these.
Beautiful, dude! What a banger,
dude! I was really worried that it was my first time trading with Apex. I was just like, I don't know what's gonna happen here. I hope I get approved, but I wasn't counting on it because I don't like to read FAQs. I'm not gonna lie. I don't sit there and read it. I just take the damn trades and I learn as I go. That's who I am.
Yeah, I saw the tweet you were asking, like, chat, what do you guys think? Am I gonna get the approval?
Genuinely asking. I was like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
We did it, man. So
well
awesome
done,
day. Awesome day. I'm here for it.
No complaints at all. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we get down here. We'll see if we get down here around overnight low. Yeah, NQ looking pretty weak.
Yeah, those equal lows look pretty juicy right now. I mean, it looks like we're coming for it. I'm a little frustrated because we planned this whole idea. We were like, I said from the beginning, I was like, I'm very bearish. I want to short this down to midnight, down to the POC, and then like the biggest target would be these equal lows. And it's just done nothing but sell. And I ended up taking a long, which was silly, but it's how it goes. Sometimes you don't execute perfectly.
No, 100%. 100%. You're able to manage it where you're not taking, multiple big outsized losses, right? You got your capital, You put yourself in the market for potential to make some money, but that's part of it, man. And again, like I'll say it for sure. Like even on YM, like if you want to hop on my screen, like this is a tricky trade, and I'm kind of happy that I was on ES today. Let me zoom back out on the 15 here. What I would be looking for if I was gonna take a short on YM, I talked a little bit about it. I don't know that I would want it all the way up here, but on another day, NQ has these YM has these really aggressive, kind of overstated wiki movements off the open. We didn't even really get that. We did test value area high. We tested the low end of this before, selling back to VWAP, but this isn't a beautiful risk structure. Like, I'm not catching this here with a stop loss right above prior day high as we're pushing up. I'd have to be waiting for it to be out here. We don't do that. We sell back off to VWAP, and now we're hanging out here. So it's a tricky trade. Again, it doesn't have to be December. It could be any time. Try to take your foot off the gas when it's not setting up for you, rather than just hammer it. Maybe you test something a little different, like you see me doing on ES. But for the most part, even that, I'd say if you have something that works, well, and you've been doing well with it, try to stick to that. Try to become that like master the one kick person. And there's just going to be times where the market like doesn't do anything for you, and you're just going to have to be challenged to sit tight. That's the drill. So.
And chat, equal lows have been taken. 25,165 was that final target. It's been hit. So now what do we do? Who knows? What do you think, Zach? If you had to pick, do you think we go down to previous day's low on the NQ and the ES, or do you think we actually start bouncing from here?
Man, I'm cautious that we don't just sell off today.
Looking pretty heavy.
It is looking weak, man. Again, I don't use Bookmap really technically. I'm definitely not the order flow guy, but one thing I do try to take a look at is cumulative volume delta, just kind of the difference between buy and sell volume as it's anchored to a certain point throughout the session. And if we're dropping to the downside, failing to get above VWAP, aggressively now heading towards prior day low, and we're dropping off pretty heavy on that CVD, we got some volume. That could make the case for a move lower. So yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting coming to the session, right? Like I actually am kind of long bias, even though I took a short on this one. I don't know, man. I think we could see some more. We obviously got to do business down here. Price is back down 68.26. We look at NQ with you. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's looking pretty heavy. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm no trade, obviously, right now. I'm not going to take a breakout to the downside. I do think if we get below prior day low on these, and again, this is really zoomed out on the 15-minute, but if we get back below prior day low on these after testing back up here, failing to go higher, this could start to look ugly. I don't know where we go, man. Are we gonna have a knife here, like coming into the end of the year? Maybe
looking like that. Yeah,
this is gonna be interesting to watch. So I don't know that I catch another one. It looks like we might just want to pull back down. Yeah, YM's got a pretty interesting spot where we might want to hang out. We break lower, it could start to be ugly, for sure. I'm cautious of that move to the downside. I think it could be aggressive if we start to go.
And by the way, I just it looks like Apex took out my profit from the account, so I can trade my Apex PAs now. So that's fire. So we'll probably do that.
Nice.
Yeah, since we already took a loss on top one futures, we'll move over. That is what I like about, risk sinking, I call it, having different baskets. Instead of like taking 3 losses in a row, if I'm not locked in, I'm taking bad trades. Instead of putting that all onto one account, I just move them over. Then if I take a 1 hour loss on 2 different sets of accounts, it just doesn't sting as bad. You're kind of spreading out your risk.
Yep, absolutely. It's a unique advantage trading with props and multiple different batches. I'm also not the put all the eggs in one basket and copy trade everything on 100 accounts. If you're smart about it, this thing's going to Friday low. If you're smart about it, right? Like when you're out of the pocket, like you just said, you can kind of spread those losses out and not just get hammered all in one. Obvious downside, right? Double-edged sword to everything. When you're hot, it's not getting copied across everything. But if you're an aggressive intraday trader specifically, right? You're taking a lot of trades and you're focusing on some scalping maybe or some shorter time frame stuff. I think it could be an advantage. I think it'd be a really big advantage.
Yeah, completely agree, man. Completely agree. All right, man. It's 10:45. Zach, do you want to stay till 11, or if you need to go now, it's no worries, bro.
Yeah, I can hang for another 15 with you until you want to kick me.
No. I mean, we usually do 10:30 or 11. Just depends on the guest. I'm down, man. But
I can hang till 11. I'm interested to watch this market, man. We're down to prior day low on this. I'm curious. We're catching a little bit of buyers down here as expected. Again, really low time frame, but we crack this. I'm curious to see where we go,
Where
man.
it goes.
This could be the big knife. Again, happy with my management, right? That's why I talked about it right after hopping out. But this now, as we're through overnight low with really little support here and right down towards prior day low, I think this is a pretty key spot on the chart, right? It is an area of high volume. If I zoom out even further, we start to go. I'm trying to frame this for anybody watching what I think could happen. Maybe we just get that crazy wick down here quick before it pop back up. But if we really start to go, I think we could see another 40 or so points out of this to the downside in ES. YM could definitely get going. We could see a lot out of YM. It often likes to have that big exaggerated push. It'd be a pretty big day relative to what we've seen for average daily ranges and session ranges to come all the way down here. Not insane, but could be back down to the 48,000 evens on YM if we really start to get this knife today.
I agree.
So.
Here, I can pull to my screen, show you guys like my perspective. It's similar to what Zach is saying. Oh wait, let me get my screen up on the other studio. Here we go. There we go. All right. So, I mean, first off, all of the main objectives have been met, guys. Again, when we were up here, we were saying we like shorts down to midnight for the first target. Second target would be 80% setup, the previous day's point of control. That's been tapped. And then this was like the target that would be the least likely to get hit. These were the high probability ones. But this was also a valid draw. Perfect equal lows. Market has taken all of them. So we took the equal lows, took midnight, took previous day's POC. At this point, we are so damn close to the previous day's low that, we might pull back here, but it seems almost, it would be kind of pointless for it to sell this far off and not just take that last level. But maybe we have a situation where ES takes the previous day's low and NQ doesn't. That would create a bullish SMT divergence. Maybe then if we began to build bullish structure, we could go back up. We do have stacked highs up here on ES and NQ. And again, this doesn't mean today, but maybe in general, like that would just be the only way I would see us not continuing to sell off hard. But from a 4-hour perspective, like this 4-hour looks like this candle is just going to keep expanding. I mean, that looks like a perfect lower high into a lower low.
That's a scary 4-hour chart right there. Again, this is where it comes in, like the technicals and then a little bit of context. Like I try not to bring too much of the time of year, the news cycle in, but I'm carrying a little bit of a bias where I'm like, where's the Santa rally? Where's the base down here where we kind of just drift and do this slow grind thing because I've traded through it. But, you don't want to carry too much of that where you start buying dips and we're just knifing lower and you go back and you look at a 4-hour chart like that and you're like, yeah, obviously, look, pull back, tested this consolidation, we smashed to the lows and I'm buying at the break of the low, instead of looking south. But this is going to be a little interesting, man. I'm looking at some buyers, I think, obviously stepping in down here. They're going to try, but this is going to be an interesting one to watch, man. Could be setting up for a day.
What's so funny to me is, man, like when we were at the start of December, the chat was making fun of me a little bit because I came off like a perma bear when we were up here, I just kept saying like, guys, we're going to sell off. We got all these targets below on the higher time frame. It's happening. We're going to sell off. We're not breaking up and making new highs. Like there's weakness here. There's weakness, but it went for 2.5 weeks of just virtually going nowhere, which is different. So it was really hard to catch winning shorts. But now look, we finally break out of this range and this market has been selling off beautifully. So like the higher time frame analysis was right, but my timing was just completely off. And now you caught me trying to long today. It's like, and that's just so classic. I feel like with trading, you have an idea, timing's off. It finally happens and you're looking for the opposite now. It's classic.
That's how it goes, dude. I got it a little bit earlier on YM. I'll try to pull this up. 15-minute on YM. I think a good look day over day and actually find this. I tried short. I got cooked on shorts 2 times. Let me see. Yep, got cooked on shorts here on the 10th. Coming to the upside, was looking for it, I think, right in here pretty aggressively as we're popping to the upside. I think this was through before FOMC, pre-FOMC, was looking for shorts. And then on this day here, absolute destruction. You can see how that one went for me. Was
Oh,
looking
you were
for, you know,
on
was
that day,
looking
that-
for
that-
it.
on that
By the
huge
time
high?
by the time we were pushing all-time highs, I'm like, I don't have it in me, guys. And of course, what do? You know, from NYSE session, right when I'm trading, immediate, you know, 450 points to the downside, and then short play, right? Like, you know, just right when you take your foot off the gas, you know, that's trading, man. You know, I think part of it just comes down to accepting you're going to be wrong, accepting you're going to look and feel like an idiot when you're getting short and the market rallies, you know, almost 1,000 points. But you got to put your trades on as you see fit. But man, the higher time frame to lower time frame in general coming into December, it's been tricky, man. It's definitely been tricky. Again, I don't know another technical way to put that other than I think a lot of people have felt that, and I would agree. Again, not for everybody. Maybe you love this type of price action and structure. There's always somebody that's crushing it, but it's definitely been tricky, specifically for me on YM. Just what I've seen into the open. A lot of these moves as well, like before that, where we start to move off the open, we kind of dance around chop, and then we get a nice move right into the overnight session, into the gap, and I'm like timed out, you know, at the end of the session. It's just, you know, tough.
It's not a cop-out, man. Like a lot of times people will, you know, they'll scoff at you, and sometimes it's valid where people are blaming price action, but December has been tough, and you're not alone if you've been struggling in December. I know a lot of great traders who have been struggling in December. People who I've had on here, Jacob. I'm not sure if you know Jacob. Jacob Trades. This is X handle, but young kid. Yeah, you know, I'm 22 years old.
I've watched him. I don't know him personally, but yeah, I've been watching some stuff on him. Yeah.
Really, really good dude, but taking over 300K in payouts this year. But December has been brutal for him. It's just been tough to trade. Teammate Alex, who is one of Jacob's business partners, another great trader, struggling in December. Struggling, man. I mean, we finally got a payout for December, thankfully, but it's still been a grind. Like it's been a grind. So sometimes it is the market. You know, it is the price action.
No, for sure, man. You're gonna have periods where, like, here's the way I try to think of it, because I used to think, man, I'm gonna win every day. I'm gonna win every week. It's gonna be green every month. But you have to figure you're gonna capitalize on something, some type of a movement in the market, right? That's gonna play out over a long period of time. Patterns repeat themselves. But, you know, if you're a breakout trend trader, like you're going to trade to the downside today and hold it all day, when the market chops like yesterday, you know, you're going to get cooked. You're going to take those L's. And it's often like not the trader doing something wrong, like they're executing well, they're sticking to their approach, and it's just that period. Oftentimes it feels like it's never going to end, and that random distribution comes in these what feels like not random, where it just hammers you. And you know, that's part of trading. It's the Mark Douglas kind of thought process, is very random on the short term, consistent on the long term. Paradox that we have to deal with. And so, yeah, you got a dude like that. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of payouts, you know, and he's, you know, taking, you know, hella L's in December, right? Losing some accounts. That's what it looks like. That's the reality of trading for the most part. We don't want to accept that. I don't wish it was that way, but you know, got to survive that stuff. And sure, there's definitely sometimes you as a trader, right? Like, I'm not executing well. I'm just reading poorly. I look back at stuff and I'm like, what was I doing? That was horrible management. But there's certainly going to be times where you're on and the market is just not going to agree with you at all. It's going to set up for you something that's working really, really well month over month over month, and will continue to work for 2 to 3 weeks, is just going to cook you. It's going to absolutely run your stop, you know? So different times for everybody, comes at different times, but there's certainly times where, you know, you just have to keep showing up, try to manage your downside, but you know, it's going to be a tough trade for you.
Well said, man. Zach, man, this was awesome, dude. We love having you on. We got to have you on again. I mean, you know, I try not to annoy people. Like, so I don't want to ask people over and over again to come on, but chat loves you. So yeah, you are welcome anytime, brother.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Where can everyone find you, bro?
Yeah, Real Deal Futures on YouTube. I do trade live almost every day. Of course, no VIP, none of that crazy stuff. Also, RealDealZach on IG and X. Free Discord, you want to hop in, all that fun stuff. More than happy to have anybody hanging out in the community or on the live streams. And yeah, be happy to hop back on, man. These are awesome. I love getting other perspectives. It's always fun to watch the market and chat it up with other traders. So appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, last thing before you go, you're going to the Tampa seminar, obviously.
Yeah.
Can you just let the chat know about that a little bit? Because I'm going to be there too, speaking. So we're finally going to meet. I'm going to get to meet everyone in the crew.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We got a 2-day event coming up May of next year. It's the ASFX Futures Bootcamp. That's the name of it. But there's a suite of traders now, a whole bunch of heavy hitters. Not talking about myself when I say that,
or me.
But there's a bunch. It's a 2-day event in person. It's in Tampa. It's at a really sweet hotel right on the water, the Current. And it's a bunch of what you're watching here, live trading, but also panel discussions, everybody talking strategies, risk management, trading prop firms, trading live accounts, a lot of Q&A. It's super interactive. I think one of the benefits of something like that is having so many different traders. You get so many different perspectives. You get guys that trade very differently. And I think that's awesome because you resonate with some and don't resonate with others. But if you guys want to check that out, I think the in-person stuff, obviously biased because I'm going there. I think the in-person stuff is like nothing else. This is awesome. I love the internet stuff. I love the internet friend stuff. But man, getting in person, hanging out, having meals with people and like sitting down for lunch and they're talking about bookmap over here and prop firms over here and platforms over here. It's just, it's awesome, man. There's nothing like getting around 100 of just straight up chart nerds and talking markets. So it's great.
Exactly, man. Yeah, well said. I can't wait to go, man. So that'll be great.
Looking forward to it, man. I'm happy to see anybody from the chat out there, man. It's awesome to connect with people. So looking forward to meeting you out there, man. It's gonna be fun.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Talk to you soon and have a good one, bro.
Thank you.
Later. All right, chat. Shout out Zach, Real Deal Futures. Let's go. Yeah, man, that Tampa seminar, I haven't been talking about it too much. I do want to start talking about it more because, May is going to come up before you know it. So it's going to be cool. If you want to meet me in person, I'm going to be there. So is Zach. So is Austin Silver. Like, so many people are going. And again, man, like I am speaking. I'm going to be speaking on stage. It's not my favorite thing. That's not the type of dude I'm not really into that stuff normally. But I'm going to do it because I want to meet everyone. Like, I just can't wait to go to meet everyone, connect with people. It's a great networking event and just connecting with other traders, man. So yeah, if you guys want to meet me, you want to meet some of the other guys, there's a lot of dope traders who are going to be there. Look into it, check it out. You can go to my link tree. I have a link towards it. You can get a ticket. So yeah. But yeah, shout out Zach, man. He caught a dub on stream. I caught an L on stream. That's how it goes sometimes. But hey, we got our Apex accounts approved. I'm gonna bring that up one more time. Hold up. I got to see that. I've just never been paid out with Apex before, so it's exciting. I'm going to pull that up one more time. And yeah, let's do a giveaway too, Chad. I do want to get a giveaway going. Here we go. Just had to do it safely. 12 Apex payouts approved, $500 each, totaling $6,000 to end the year of 2025. This is probably my last payout for the year, if we're being realistic. Super excited about that. First Apex payout, first of many. I got big plans with Apex this year. So great stream. All right, guys, let's get ready to run a giveaway, and we're going to take a quick coffee break as well. Two ghosts with the same name, WZach's. Yeah, for real. Solid name. Yeah, Zach, Real Deal Futures is linking his YouTube right there in the chat if you guys want to go check him out too. We also have it in the description of the video, but if you're lazy, go ahead, just click it right there. All right. Let's get the Discord up. I'm not going to lie. I had everyone do an entry before, and then I totally forgot about it. So we're going to redo this one. We're going to redo that one. So if you guys are new, go over to the Prop Firm Match Discord channel. If you don't know how to join, enter the Discord. There's a pinned comment at the top of the chat with a Discord invite link. Click that link, get verified. And then when you do that, you're going to come here to the PFM TV channel, go down here to stream chat. And what we do is I have you guys type a keyword in the chat, and that's how you enter the giveaway. So I'm going to say type Tampa to enter the giveaway. Boom. So go in there, type the word Tampa underneath my name inside Discord, and we'll get ready to go. All right. All right, guys. What we're going to do, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to get your entries in. So go ahead and get that done. And we're going to take a quick coffee break and come right back and announce the winners of the giveaway. Stay tuned because, man, I've been slacking on the giveaways today. I still have like 8 accounts I got to give away before the end of the day. So we got a lot to do. Stoic payout approved. Yes, sir. Payouts were approved. Let's go. All right, guys, I'll be right back. And when I come back, we'll announce the winners of the giveaway, and then we'll do more because I got 8 accounts I got to give away. So, yeah, don't go anywhere. Be right back. What up, chat? We are back. How we doing? Everybody get your entries in for Discord. But yeah, Stoic, I got my Apex payout. Freaking hyped. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. All good, Zach, our host first. Apex, in my opinion, is the best prop firm. You know, man, a lot of people hate on it, but they really do, like, they have a lot of rules. But if you follow them, they do pay you. And this is proof. Like, that's the first payout I've ever requested from them. They paid me out. I followed the rules. If you actually follow the rules, they do pay you. So, you know, what can you do? At the end of the day, there's not a single firm that you can scale up as much as you can with Apex. And again, got to plug prop for a match here. If you do want to capitalize, they're still running a deal. I'm about to buy 8 more accounts. I'm going to do it today when we get off stream because my payout got approved. So I'm going to roll some of that profit into more. I'm going to lock in 8 more PAs for 80% off with code match. You know, capitalize off that. It's the time to do it. I just proved to you. You guys watched me. We took every trade here live. So we've now taken $26,000 in payouts in 6 weeks, all live. this time we did it with Apex. So yeah, shout out Apex, man. Erkan, you're gonna stack up Apex for Christmas. I think it's the move, bro. Just guys, just to like go over, I'll probably make a video on this. What I did, I literally traded. You guys saw me. I traded like 2 micros and just made a couple $100 at a time. I don't think I traded more than like 2 or 3 micros ever. I think there was one time I traded 5. And the rest of the time it's been 2 or 3 micros. Just slowly do it. It took me 11 days. 11 days. Now the next goal, because I took the smallest payout possible. If I get these up to like 54,000, I could take out 2K on the 12 accounts, which will be 24K. So I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to trade a couple micros every day. Base hits. And just don't even think about when you're going to get the payout. I want it by now, by this time. You just got to trade. You just got to trade and take it day by day. This track is stressful. Yeah. You know, I didn't even know you guys can really hear it. Is the music annoying, guys? Let me know. Some firms do the music, others don't. I don't want to be like annoying and have music if it annoys people. Maybe we can get a consensus on the music. Do we like having the music? I like having it, but nothing stops me from trading TPT. I just haven't. There's just so many firms to choose from, man. You know what I mean? There's so many quality firms that I just haven't gotten to take Profit Trader yet. I'll probably start messing with them this year. You know what? I should say there is one thing. There is one thing that I don't like about TPT. It takes like 5 days, right? Don't you need to like have 5 trading days? You can't pass in one day. That's the only downside. Most people play their own music. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't do that in StreamYard. That's one other thing. Maybe on our break, on our 2-week break, I may look into using a different streaming platform, one that has a little bit more options. It's just, it gets a little difficult. The one we use, which is StreamYard, StreamYard is really good for having guests because it's so straightforward and simple. If we go to like OBS, it gets a little more like in depth. But yeah, I can't play my own music. I would if I could. It's like spa music. I love it. Yeah. The current music is really annoying. How about this one? Is this one really annoying? Oh, you mean you play your own music? Yeah, I get that. I can barely even hear this one. I just like to have something on in the background. But all right, let's get this giveaway going, chat. And then we can talk more about prop firms or whatever. I'm down to take a trade because my Apex accounts were updated. The balance is updated, so I can take trades now. But I also don't need to force anything. Erkan plays Ocean Waves on a sound machine. That's sick. All right, I'm going to collect these names, chat. I think I gave you guys enough time. You know what? I'm also going to do a poll real quick. Can we get a P&L check in the chat? I'm going to do a poll. I just want to know if you guys are green or red. All right, I just put up a poll. P&L check. It's anonymous, so no reason to lie. Let us know. Green or red today, chat. And while you do that poll, I'm going to get this this giveaway ready. I'm going to start copying the names. Also, I got 8 accounts to give away. So this is what I want to do. I got one other thing I want to do with you guys. We're gonna give away 2 right now. But if you want me to keep running the giveaways, because I got 8, so we got some work ahead of us. I do want to hit. Let's see if we can hit some new likes, man. Right now we're at 110. We're gonna run a giveaway and give away 2 accounts right now, but we'll give the rest away when we hit like 130 or 140. Let's shoot for 140. So just FYI, smash that like button if you haven't yet. But we're getting this first giveaway going now, regardless. Again, shout out Josh, man. Josh really hooked us up with this script. We don't miss names anymore. If you notice, most people, there's not really many people complaining about missing their name. It's fire. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, we got our list. All right, we're going to do a duck race. Oops. All right, chat. Here we go. Duck race. We back. We back. Make it 150, guys. Show Zach we are here. Yeah, show us we are out here, bro. I do want to take a look at this poll real quick. How's the poll doing so far? Okay, so we got 62 votes already. 58% green, 42% red. Okay, there's some honesty there. I like it. Most of you guys are green, though. A little bit, favoring people that are green on the day. That's good. That's good. Technically, I'm red because we took the L on COF. But we also secured a payout. So it's one of those days. It doesn't really matter. You know, you can't bump me out today. I don't care about a red day. Doesn't matter when you take a payout. All right, let's do this. On 3, 1, 2. It's been a minute since the duck race, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. All right, we got Space Duck right now. Nero ICT leading hard. Yeah, I'm gonna get premium duck today. I promise. Dude, after work, I forget. After the stream, I totally forget. Hey, there's Josh in the chat. What up, bro? Josh, we got our Apex payouts approved, bro. 12 accounts. All right, who's it gonna be? Ooh, that was close. All right, Donde, let's go. Let's go. All right, you are the first winner, Donde. Let me pull up your name on Discord, my G. And I found you. Perfect. All right, that's the first winner. So for anyone that's new, if you don't know how to claim your account, it's very easy. You go over here to PFM support on X. I'll link this for you. Make it easy. You're going to send them a DM. Okay, so send a DM to PFM support on X. Show them proof of your Discord handle, and they'll get you hooked up. That's on the Apex payout. Thank you, man. Yeah, good morning, Josh. Yo. Good to see you, bro. Josh, you green or red today? You take any trades? Kenny, you kept trying to take longs. Got caught up. I get it, bro. Okay. Yeah, look, we're still selling. I'm just bummed. I am a little bummed, I'll admit, that I missed the sell because, like, bruh, we called the exact move. Here, let's remove this one. Get ready for another one. But we do, like, who was here? Who's been here since the morning? Who's been here since 8:30? We called this exact scenario, like to a T. But I didn't take any trades on it. So, how much credit can I really give myself? But I hope that my analysis at least helped inform some of you. I know that Sakuna took a trade off the idea. Like a few of you did, right? Yeah, some of you guys did. Beautiful. I love it. But yeah, markets just sell in. At this point, you're just going to the next liquidity pool, which I mean, it would just be this wick. I'd be looking for that wick. But you also got to be aware, maybe we just sweep this low and you start to pull back up. ES is tapping into this 4-hour gap, which was unmitigated. You know what? I didn't even realize this. I wasn't paying attention to this, bro. But this unmitigated 4-hour gap was even more of a reason why this was not going to become a higher high. Because you have this wide open gap on ES as a draw on liquidity. I didn't even notice that. But okay, now that we've tapped into this could be where the next couple of days you might have a bullish day, honestly. ES finally tapped into that imbalance. So it is filled. It swept liquidity. But that could have really helped you not look for the longs yet. Also, we said this. There's no displacement here. There's no fair value gaps, like higher time frame fair value gaps to pay attention to. Like there's a lack of displacement, a lack of aggressive buying, which helps keep you, understanding that, okay, maybe I just got to follow the momentum here, the higher time frame momentum. We talked about this. I talk about momentum a lot, right? When you look at this price leg down here, this is aggressive selling. Here, we could just do it all from here. Look at this, guys. This is pay attention to this because this is some sauce I'm about to put you on. Look at the difference in these moves. This price leg down, strong displacement, creating fair value gaps. Then look at the upside move, slow, meandering, no fair value gaps, no displacements, no aggressive buying. This is a signal that the current trend is going to continue because there's no shift in structure or sentiment, okay? This is just consolidation. Then aggressive selling, fair value gaps, displacement. Then you get the same thing, slow, meandering your way up, grinding up slowly, no fair value gaps, no displacement. So what happens? You tap into an imbalance, lower. Once again, displacement, fair value gaps. This is the key to not just always looking for a reversal. There's nothing wrong with trading reversals, but in order to trade a high probability reversal, you need fair value gaps, you need displacement, you need market structure shifts. Without that, it's just a retracement. It's just a lower high or a higher low. So just really, really helpful thing to look at. All right. How we doing? Should we get the other giveaway in? Should we get it going? W analysis. Thank you, man. Now the question is, are we at the bottom or is it going to chop here? Yeah. So Josh, I'm with you on that. I'm considering the same. Again, what I'm looking at is ES did just tap into this 4-hour gap. This is going to be your key line in the sand for higher time frame. You get a strong 4-hour closure below 728. I'm thinking like, okay, we're selling and we're going to the next liquidity pool. But for now, ES has tapped into a key liquidity pool. So you want to be aware, like we could pull back here. This is a good spot. You swept some higher time frame liquidity. You tapped into the imbalance. NQ is similar, swept higher time frame liquidity. There's a 4-hour gap right here. Maybe it ultimately holds and you get a double tap. But this is an area that you want to be watching, right? You kind of have equal highs up here, right? So we've now actually put in relative equal highs on the hourly. So listen, if you start to get actual displacements to the upside, Again, not necessarily just today. I'm not thinking we get a full blown erasure of this move, but maybe over the next couple of days we begin to shift. So you sweep this liquidity. First thing you would need to do is reclaim 25,077. Right? You need to reclaim this previous day's low. Next step would be inverting some type of key fair value gap. Like I think this 15-minute gap is pretty key. You get an inversion of this 15-minute gap, and I think you could comfortably look for longs up to those 1 hour equal highs. I think that would make sense. Yeah, but you gotta wait. You gotta see fair value gaps form. You have to see aggressive buying. You need to see a market structure shift. You need displacement. So you need all those things before you just go looking for reversals. That's where people get cooked because they try to anticipate reversals instead of wait for confirmation. But yeah, we'll do another. Let's do the next giveaway. Here we go. We already got our list, so we're just gonna hit it again. Let's go. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Zach, you requested a payout. Now your loss limit is 2,100. Correct. My loss limit is the initial balance, so I have 2.1K of drawdown. Exactly. Damn, we got pirate duck, we got red duck, we got brown duck, and it was neither. Prob. Shout out, bro. Let me find you on Discord. PRA. Got you. Found you. All right. Shout out to the winner. I got mad accounts to give away. I got, how many we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 5 accounts to give away still. Let's just run another one. Let's run another one. We got our work set out for us. For anyone that's late to participate in our giveaways, you have to join the Prop Firm Match Discord. Go to the pinned comment at the top of the chat. There's a Discord invite link. Click that link. Join our Discord. Get verified. When you do that, you then can participate in the giveaways through the stream chat. I'll give you guys a code word to enter, and you have to type it in there. That's how it works. One here in Italy for me. Hey, shout out Italy, bro. Fellow Italian. I'm an Italian American. Shout out the homeland. All right, Kiwi Canadian. We find you. We can get in. We'll do a new list now. I'll give everyone a chance. If anyone missed it, I'm going to do a new list in a second and give you guys a chance to get in. Because I got like 4 accounts to give away still. So we'll do a brand new list. But I found you. For the winners, if you guys are new, make sure you go to PFM support on X to claim your account. I'll drop a link in the chat. You got to DM them and show them proof of your Discord handle, okay? Bro, if your name is not in the list, first off, in the duck race, bro, you're not going to see all the ducks, okay? Because there's 100. They're not going to show all the ducks. Yours might just be behind. On top of that, you might have just been late, okay? It's all good. I don't miss anyone's names. Josh has fixed this for us. We don't miss names. So we'll do a new giveaway right now, though. Let's get another list because we got work to do. So go into the Prop Firm Match Discord. Go down to the stream chat, and let's do this. Here. Type Apex to enter the giveaway. Shout out Apex that we locked in those payouts. Don't worry. We're going to do Pinwheel for the rest. All right, entries coming in. All right, you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna be back in like 60 seconds. I'm just gonna refill my water. So get your entries in, guys, and we'll announce the winners as soon as I get back. I'll be like 60 seconds. Just gotta get some water. All right, we back. Just had to get some water. You know what I mean? We got a bunch of entries in here. I'm gonna get them copied, and we'll get this going. Speaking of which, guys, listen, if you don't get a chance to win a giveaway today, remember we give away 12 accounts every single stream. We've been doing this for 2 months now, all on Prop for Match TV, but also you can always get the best discounts possible through Prop Firm Match. Go there, compare the best prop firms. Anything listed with Prop Firm Match is going to be a reliable firm. 50% off my funded futures, 50% off top one futures. Best deal right now, Apex, 80% off with code match. I'm about to scale up. I'm going to get 8 more accounts funded and try to get to max funding. Why not, right? Got to capitalize on the deal, man. But okay, chat, let me get these entries in for you guys. Don't worry, Adam. Your name's going to be in here. You'll be able to see, because the thing with the duck race, some people can't see. But you're going to see your name in the pinwheel. All right, let me get these names. Ain't no one gives more discounts than us, bro. And more giveaways. Impossible. Once again, got to shout out Josh for giving me this script, making my life so much easier. All right, here we go. Got my list. Damn. Who's ready, chat? Also, I promised to do this. I wanted 140 likes. Can we hit 140? Let's get 10 more likes. I got 4 accounts, so I'll give away 2 more right now. By the way, I just want to give you guys an example of people who might think that their name is missed and that it's my fault. It's not really like, here's an example. So I copied all the names and I got them to here. I said, I'm done. These people, it's not anyone's fault. It's just the reality. They're late. Okay. So these people are not going to get counted. They're going to have to try to go again on the next giveaway. So when you say, hey, my name wasn't counted, sometimes, a lot of times this is the reason. These people's names are just not counted right now. This is the end of the list. So just saying. Okay, let's do this. I never liked Apex Drawdown. I've gotten paid out over 16K with TOF. Let's go, Electric Kate. That's fire. Respect. Yeah, here's the thing. When it comes to Apex, from my perspective is, you have intraday trailing drawdown. It kind of sucks. You have to be a certain type of trader. So you can't be somebody that is looking for the home run trade with Apex. You got to be someone that's looking to stack the base hit, that's looking for those 1-to-1s, maybe a 1-to-2, but somebody that can get in and take their profit aggressively and keep their equity curve slow but stable to the upside. They don't reward, volatile equity curves with a lot of paper cut trades and then big wins. Now, the thing about it, though, is you got to remember, everyone is obsessed with the trailing drawdown. You only have that until you make your buffer. Once you make your buffer, it's a static drawdown account like anyone else. Like my Apex accounts are static drawdown now because I already got past my buffer. So that's the other aspect too. It's you just got to get through that in the very beginning. Ideally, you're going to be trading those accounts much longer than just dealing with trailing drawdown forever. So, and again, what you get out of Apex is the scalability, the ability to trade up to 20 accounts, take massive payouts. So these are just trade-offs, pros and cons, That's my opinion. Zach is multitasking as a robot, guys. Take it easy on him. It's not about the giveaways anymore. This stream is becoming a cult. Let's go. Yeah, dude. Prop for a match cult. Let's go. All right, let's do this, though. 1, 2. All right. Don't really know how to say that name. Retrox, whatever that is, you are the first winner. Shout out. Let me get your name in here. Found you on Discord. Beautiful. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 3 accounts left. Okay, let's do one more now. And then we'll do the rest when we hit 150 likes. So let's do that. But okay, let's go. RC. All right. Shout out RC. And I found you. Perfect. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We'll do one more list before we get off stream, but we got to hit 150. Can we break a record and hit 150 likes? We got over 130 people watching just on YouTube. Let's try and hit 150 likes. Also, if you're watching us on X or Instagram, you want to participate in the giveaways or you just want to engage in the chat, come on over to the YouTube stream, okay? That's where we engage with the chat. You can participate in the polls. It's a lot more interactive. So, come on down. All right, I'm going to close this P&L check. 65% green, 35% red. That's awesome, man. 109 votes. Beautiful. We're 6 likes away from 150. We're not giving away Apex accounts, ADN. Shout out to our sponsors. The giveaway accounts that we're doing are with Top One Futures, Blue Guardian, and Aqua Futures. Those are the 3. So shout out those guys. You'll get one of those 3 accounts. For anyone that's new, because we probably have some people who are new in the chat, to claim your giveaway, you go over to PFM Support on X. Okay, let me link this in the chat for you. Send them a DM, show them proof of your Discord handle. That's how you get your giveaway account. They'll get you hooked up. They're going to give you one of those 3 firms, either TOF, Blue Guardian, or Aqua Futures. They pair you with the account that makes sense for you. So shout out to our support team doing this every single day, man. Okay, did we hit 150, people are saying? Let's see. Dope. 150, guys. We just hit a new milestone, I think. I don't think we've broken 150 likes before. Let's go. We're just going to keep growing. Prop for a Match TV. We're going to keep doing it, man. Shout out to all of you guys. Okay. So let's do it. Let's do our last giveaway of the day. Again, as always, go on over to the Discord. Here we go. Get your keyboards ready. Let's go. Type match to enter. Okay, type match underneath my name to enter the giveaway. Let's go. Yeah, 2 new milestones, man. Let's do it. Hyped. Zach, are we going to have a Discord call or a meetup like last time before you leave us for 2 weeks? That's a good idea, Adam. Here's what I'll say. This is the thing, bro. The baby can come literally any day. It can happen tomorrow. So I don't want to give like a definitive day on something and then it just can't happen. But maybe. Let me think about Saturday. If the baby hasn't come yet and I'm just chilling, I'm going to be inside anyway because we're not doing anything right now. We're here. We're waiting. So maybe on Saturday we'll do it at the same time. Keep an eye on it. Maybe we'll talk about that by Friday. I'll try to confirm it. Maybe we can do something. I'll keep you guys updated on it. Growing Zach because of you only. Not because of me. Not just because of me, because of you guys, yo. You guys are the ones watching and participating. If I was talking to an empty chat all day, this would suck. It's not just me. It's because of you guys. It's because of the guests. It's because of the people behind the scenes helping make it happen. A lot of thankless jobs. We got people who made the layouts for us, who helped moderate the Discord. We got a lot of good people behind this. I joke around. I say it's a one-man show. It kind of is, because I do handle a lot, but we got a lot of people helping out with a lot of stuff. So it ain't just me. Shout out to the team. Okay, I'll give you guys till, I don't know, 11:42. So I want everyone to get a chance to enter. So get your entries in. I see they're slowing down. Give you guys another minute or so. As far as trades, I got nothing. I'm just going to wait. NQ is inside a bullish 4-hour gap. It's taking a low. ES inside that 4-hour gap. It's taking liquidity. But I'm not super, I would not long this. I also wouldn't short this low either. So I kind of it's nothing. I think I'm just going to chill. Hopefully that payout hits the bank by tomorrow. Or just before Friday would be great. If the payout hits before Friday. I'm just going to chill, man. But yeah, Darmesh, for real, from 20 people watching to 110 plus. I think we hit 150 today. I think at one point we had 150 viewers, which is definitely the biggest we've hit. And we straight up had 20 to 30 people watching the first week. So yeah, it's been growing. We came for the giveaways, but we're still here for the man. I love that. This is where I'm at. No trade today. Might come back for Asia. Yeah, Asia might be good tonight. Asia might. We might have a good Asia session. To be honest, I remember 20 to 30 people watching. Yeah, bro, for real. All right, I'm gonna get these entries in. I think I gave everyone enough time. You probably got another minute or so to enter. I try to copy. It takes me a minute to copy all the names because I do a couple of like bite-sized chunks so that we don't miss anyone. But get those entries in quick. Okay, that's it for the names. All right. Here we go. Getting my list. Bam. Beautiful. All right, let's do this chat. Last giveaway of the day. Last giveaway of the day. Good luck to everyone. Here we go. Jay. All right, Jay's the first winner. JAI. Shout out to JAI. Found you. Got your Discord. Beautiful. I'll show you guys how to claim your account for anyone that's missed it. Real quick, let's get our last one, though. This is it. Last giveaway of the day. Again, before we run our last giveaway of the day, guys, if you didn't win, come back tomorrow. We give away 12 accounts per day. On top of that, if you just need to get some accounts, right now you got the best promos out, at least until Christmas. I think these are some of the best promos you could find, though. Again, code match will always get you the best discounts. Apex Trader Funding, 80% off. We just got paid $6K from Apex today. They pay, okay? Just follow their rules. They got the best, cheapest accounts you could possibly get with the biggest scalability. You got Top One Futures, best instant funded accounts. You got Blue Guardian for 60% off instant funded. Tradeify, 35% off. Ton of good deals. Go to propfirmmatch.com to check that out. And okay, let's do this. Last one. Now we're giving away Top One Futures, Blue Guardian, and Aqua Futures today. Not Apex today. All right, let's do this. Did Abby win already? No, I don't think she won. No. Okay, cool. Abhi. I think that's different from Abby, the one that we know. All right, I found you. Shout out. See, cool. Yep. Okay. That'll do it for the giveaways, chat. Congratulations to all the winners. Big shout outs. Again, for anyone that's new, the way you claim your account, go over here to PFM Supports on X. I'll drop the link in the chat. Bam. Send them over a DM, show them proof of your Discord handle, and they'll get you hooked up with your account in a couple of days. I'm actually going to hit up Apex, though. It would be good if we could start giving away some Apex accounts. I'm going to look into that. We'll see if they'd be down to sponsor the stream. But yeah, shout out everyone. Congrats to all the winners. And again, we'll be back tomorrow. We stay doing this Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. See you there, okay? Tomorrow we have teammate Alex coming on as a special guest. So shout out Alex, and yeah, man, we'll see you tomorrow. Trade safe. Follow me on X, guys. If you want to follow me, if you're new, I'm going to post these new payouts we got. I post all the time. I'll link my X account in here. You know, got to plug myself. Follow my YouTube channel if you want free technical analysis. Make sure to subscribe. Okay, we're getting close to hitting 3K subs on my personal YouTube. So if you want good quality free technical analysis, right all there for you. But okay, guys, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace and love. Don't tilt. Stay safe. Catch you tomorrow. Peace.